Hello, I'm Dave Moss, your game master. And these are the stories found in the archives of Elsewhere. So to recap where we left off last session, the wind carried you all in across storm-swept seas, ancient forests, and a world still pretending to be whole. 4 souls, 4 strangers, yet not, drawn by grief, by rumor, and by something older still, an ache of a story unfinished. The veil of binding rose before all of you, ringed in ancient stone and lost mystery, a place where the gods were last heard, maybe silenced. Callum stepped forward first, as quiet as a society crumbling when good men do nothing in the face of evil. His eyes trained forward, his spirit worried by the silence of his forgotten god. He moved like someone who survived too much and trusts too little. But his hands still carried wood for a stranger's pyre. Beside him, his brother Gilligan, dressed for a funeral, the only one in the veil, tops and tails. Sideways charm that begged more questions than it answered. His words were fast, his smile faster, but somewhere behind both lived a brother, and a trout with too many eyes. Ayla, draped in history and lineage, the tangled blood of elves and Dracona, a granddaughter of the Wildbound herself. Moved like a breeze through sacred stones, her grief quieter than most. When her grandmother, Alara Stonebloom, looked into her eyes, she did not see a child. She saw a continuation. And then Aldra, fashionable, perhaps a little boisterous, caped in velvet and leather, quick wit, and more trinkets half-glimpsed than anyone truly needs. She met the towering shield Jareth Tel Leandrin with the attempted grace of a diplomat, and leaving with the sting of a little thorn. Even amongst the mourners, people who would truly understand who she really is, she kept her own flame carefully contained. And then the funeral began. Lara's words were soft but rooted deep. She spoke of Imran Ulat, the Dawnseeker, the voice that they had once followed into the fire and battle against the old gods and against the voice in amber. She named the circle of dawn, the shield, the flame keeper, the herald, the fang, and herself, Wildbound. Ending her eulogy in an invocation in a tongue older than the accord, the pyre caught flame, the veil remembered, and those who knew him wept and talked and sang and drank. And as the mourners faded like mist into the evening, a letter was delivered to Ayla after her grandmother revealed that she had known that on this day, she would be given a choice she didn't want her to make. Left by Imran a year ago, waiting for the 4 of you. A trail westward, a name thought lost. A question whispered into the bones of the world, what if the flame keeper still burns? And later around the campfire, these young, almost strangers started their journey to become something else, something more. Cal bent the world to his will, his axe floating through the air with divine grace and then healing with the same hands that were made for war. Ayla, ever more than she seemed, vanished into fur and fang, emerging as an actual honey badger, but maintaining her normal voice and speaking with an eerie ease. Aldra, for the first time in recent memory, allowed herself to access her magic in front of others, casting an illusion over Callum's golden-threaded ironwood arm, giving him, just for a fleeting moment, a glimpse of the skin he had not seen in a decade. And Gilligan. Silent gods help us all, Gilligan told a tale so absurd, so entirely out of context or reason, of a trout and a trash river and 3 eyes that watch 3 boys. That Aldra forgot herself entirely, caught in the web of the madness and wonder of his words.
Julie, it's important that you knew what the fish looked like.
Visual aids. They laughed, they drank, they exhaled. They lay beneath the stars, the same stars as those they just agreed to topple. And if that night was their last piece before the long road west, the remaining members of the circle watched, which you didn't see or didn't hear. Damn shame, uttered the shield, finishing his third keg. What's that? Whispered the Fang, Alexstrasza Winterstone. That not only we failed the world, we failed the mission, and we failed each other. But now, we failed these fucking kids too. Cursed to try to clean up our mess when we grow old and die. Stepping out of the shadows behind them, into the flickering light of the flyer, Galora sighs and says with a sad smile, Then, old friend, we best do our part then too. You may be getting old, Jareth, but Alexstrasza and I have a few centuries left. So this time, let us take the lead. And dusk slipped into night, and you slept, and you dreamt. What all actions did the four of you take during your long rest? To remind you all, you can tend to your wounds, clear your stress, repair your armor, prepare, or work on a project.
I have for class feature strange patterns, which can be done once per long rest, so probably before we rest. I would like to do that. It says choose a number between 1 and 12. When you roll that number on duality die, you gain a hope or clear stress, and you can change this number when you take a long rest. So I think I'm going to go with 7.
7.
Lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. All right. So throughout, until your next long rest, if you roll a 7 on your duality dice,
cool.
And that's what happens.
Cool. I will put that.
And did you take any downtime actions? Did you have any stress to clear, or did you want to prepare at all? Because if you prepare, you gain a hope, and if you prepare with another person in your party, then you both gain 2 hope. But you have to explain what you did together to prepare for the next day coming.
Well, I was kind of thinking about also going through the note that we were given. So if anyone wants to help me with that, go through the note. That would be cool. Maybe we could prepare it that way by reading through it.
Yeah, absolutely. It talked a little bit about the path to take to the Flamekeeper. So
where to go
and be like, oh, okay, if we're gonna, it talks about climbing into the mountains, and it talks about a river and things like that. So it's like bringing the right gear out of your packs and planning ahead.
I would be open to doing that with you, especially since how much I traveled.
Yeah.
If you're, I can kind of do it on my own, but I was planning on having just like my little like prayer time because I have to roll prayer dice.
Yeah.
So I was gonna plan on doing that. It's like maybe that's like when you came up to me when I was just kind of standing there by like.
You could be doing that while she's. Do you have a spell book or your tarot cards, or like how do you access your magic in order to get that lucky number 7?
I think she is using probably her tarot cards, which also makes sense because 7's a number in tarot. So yeah, she probably pulled out her cards and was just doing like a reading to be like, what's tomorrow gonna bring? Trying to pull for something like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that time, that's when Cal, you could be praying to Ashoel.
Yeah.
How does Cal pray?
He's just gonna step back from the camp, and he's just gonna find like a little stone, and then just take like the back end of his axe and crack it, and then just have the 2 bits of cracked stone, and then he's gonna light like a tiny I'll just go get embers from the fire and just place an ember right in the middle of the cracked stone, and then I'm just gonna stand there with my eyes closed.
Okay, I love it. So you do that, and then you prepare. Is there anything else that either of you want to do? Do you have any stress you want to clear?
Clearing stress.
Okay, absolutely. Well, they're praying and doing card readings. What are Ayla and Guild up to?
I'm also going to be preparing myself. My preparation just looks like going through my rituals, making sure all my buttons are sewed on properly, Hats in place, daggers are sharpened, whips sharpened as well. And then after that, I would like to work on a project,
Okay.
which is just that I need to add a new thread to my hat. This one will be a black thread. It will be laced above the blue threads.
Okay. A little sewing. I love it. Okay. Ayla?
You can only do one.
2.
Right. Well.
And if you don't know what else to do, prepare.
Yeah, because I cleared my stress because a lot of my things use stress.
Okay.
So, I think I'd also maybe try to see if my grandmother is still awake and like in that way like prepare her and like really like solidify it in myself that I am going, if that makes sense.
Why? I mean, it doesn't have to be at night for this, so why don't we have it that you sleep and we can do that first thing in the morning?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your grandmother has gotten roaring drunk.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I would
Oh
too.
yeah, I guess she did say she was going to.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot.
Valid.
Honestly, yeah. Fair.
Yeah. Let a girl
Okay.
live.
My apologies. We'll talk tomorrow.
You can prepare with us if you want. We'll be pulling out maps and stuff like that. And
Yeah, I've also traveled, so
Yeah. I mean, it could be a group preparation, or if you just want to have that time with your grandmother to prepare as well, that totally works. Yeah, because Gil's preparing alone as well. So
Right.
we can just call that conversation with your grandmother preparation. And so you guys can mark 2 hope, and then you guys can both mark 1 hope. Everybody can clear their stress.
Sure.
Also, one thing that happens on a long rest is I get to roll for more fear. So I get a 1d4 plus the number of players at the table. So I am going to add 5 more fear.
Oh dear.
wow.
are you serious?
Oh, fear.
Can I
I mean,
roll
it's
my-
literally the lowest I can roll. So can you roll your prayer dice?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Do you want to explain what your prayer dice do for the folks in your party?
I would love to.
I have a lot of fear now.
We can pull it up.
Spooky.
But I can only get 2 more. I have a max of 12.
Oh, just thank God.
Oh, he's only almost.
Only 12.
I'm gonna have to connect to your Wi-Fi. My phone is just not working right now.
Yeah, by all means.
I'll get 90% of my potential power.
Okay.
Well, the Wi-Fi is Mesopotamia, by the way.
Yeah, I'll just have to type in the password.
Also, here we go.
Don't want the viewers to know.
Give everybody the password.
Yes.
I'll just I'll write it down and hand it over to
Told
you.
you everything and stuff.
You're never gonna guess.
No, because it'll be a billion different. Anyways,
No, it's pretty easy.
okay. So the prayer dice. At the beginning of each session, roll a number of d4s equal to my spellcast trait. These essentially act as bardic inspiration, if you're familiar with that. So I can use the dice value. So I can choose whichever one I want. If I get like a 1 and a 3, whatever, to reduce incoming damage, add to a roll's result after the roll is made, or gain a hope equal to the result. At the end of the session, I get rid of anything that I haven't used. So it's just like an extra little boost I get per session to kind of boost myself or any of you guys.
Or make an enemy a little negative.
Yeah. 2 1s.
Perfect.
Good start.
Perfect.
Crazy.
All right. So as we come into the next morning, as you all awake, Ayla, we'll say you get up first to have this conversation with your grandmother. And the first thing that you notice when you wake up is where the pyre was burning down the night before as you fell asleep. That stone slab altar that was just sort of like holding in place but cracked down the middle has fully broken in half. And where Imran's body was and where the pyre was now stands a 30-foot tall lodgepole pine. Except the needles are like reds and oranges and yellows, like the fur that was on his body instead of a standard green. And one thing that sort of clocks to you immediately, knowing where you grew up, lodgepole pines are a type of tree that grow in the grove where you come from. And so you know your grandmother would have brought an acorn here. And something interesting about lodgepole pines is they can only reproduce under extreme heat. Forest fires are what cause regrowth of lodgepole pines. And so she must have placed that in the pyre. And then when the flames lit, it released its seeds. This tree just started to grow. And you swear as you look up into the branches of this tree, you can almost watch it grow as it continues its journey towards the sky. And sitting at its base, quiet, meditative, cross-legged, her back against the trunk, is your grandmother. Sorry.
Good morning, grandmother. How are you?
Oh, got a bit of a headache, but I feel I've earned it. How are you? How are your friends?
Well, all things considered. I wanted to tell you that we're going to do it.
I knew you would, but I hoped you wouldn't.
I know.
But I suppose I raised you better than not doing the right thing. Which means, I suppose, this will be the last time I see you for a while. Is there anything... Never been one great on words of wisdom, but is there anything I can help before you go?
Where do we start?
Well, the letter said, and she looks up to the mountains towards the west, to go west and find a silver river that runs along the spine of the world. And so I suppose that's as good as anywhere. It's the wilds. You're comfortable there. I might not be able to give you encouraging words, but she reaches up and unclasps a necklace. And your grandmother wears a number of different necklaces and bracelets. She's always just got sorts of things on. She takes this one off. It's just 3 strands of woven gold, platinum, and silver. There's a locket on the end of it. And you've seen her wear this as long as you've known her. And emblazoned on the locket is the head of a stag. But where the antlers would be is instead flames that are coming out. And you know that this is the true crest of the Flame Keeper. When the Accord won and changed the Circle of Dawn to the Emberfell 6, they also changed their symbols. And the symbol for her was a burnt book. But you know that her true symbol was this stag aflame. And she hands it over to you and says, when you find her, this will help her know that you're a friend. She gave this to me the last time we spoke. Long time. Mechanically, and you can add this to your inventory, this is a Hope Keeper locket. So during a long rest, if you ever have 6 hope, if you go into a long rest full of hope, you can spend one of those hope to imbue this locket. And when you get down to 0 hope the next time, you can use the locket to immediately gain a hope back.
Nice.
It's a hope keeper locket. What's everybody else up to that morning?
I didn't expect everyone to turn towards me. I didn't. I don't know. She's probably just like rolling over and probably just getting up, looking at all of her stuff and like starting to like put it together. I imagine she also is kind of like, she spreads out. She's like, here's all my stuff when she sleeps. Now she's like, who did this? Who would spread all their stuff out all the time? Just like collecting all of her junk back together. And then maybe I think she would walk over to the pyre and just, is that what it's called, right? Or
It's where it was, but now
Where it
is
was,
that tree that
yeah.
is grown. Yeah.
and just kind of rest her hand on it for a minute.
Warm to the touch.
Yeah. Just kind of take a moment. I don't know, just like center herself. Just thinking to herself, oftentimes death also does mean rebirth, so it makes sense. So, and then, yeah, I think she's gonna go check on her friends.
As you come back to the camp, is Cal an early riser or a late sleeper?
Early riser.
Okay, so as you're walking back, you get intercepted on the way by Jareth Tell on his 2 canes, but still moving at a good clip. He comes over and just like looks at you as he swings by where your guys' fire were last night. He just sort of looks at you and just goes like this and just like pulls the 2 of you aside.
Okay, cool.
And it gets you into a bit of a quiet area, a gap of people, as the camp is starting to just come awake in groans and moans and cook fires of the morning. Right, sit.
I said,
She runs over, sits down.
There's something that both of you need to know about each other, and that's that you're 2 sides of the same coin. Quiet, loud. Brawn, brain. It's powerful, but it's also problematic. Don't rub each other the wrong way too often. Know who's stronger at what, and put your pride aside. Look out for each other. Don't end up as oil and flame. What you're doing is important. And if you get it wrong, it's more than just your asses on the line. Right? More importantly than that, you look after the other 2. That's your jobs. Sword, shield. They've got other talents, and they'll protect you in their own ways. But you 2, I understand what you do. So do it well. Look after each other. Don't let them down. Right?
right.
You're a unit now. Don't you break that bond. If anyone gets left behind, it's one of you. And that's only if everything goes tits up.
Absolutely.
You got it.
Fuck off. Just turns around and starts walking away.
Skip herself.
Good start to the day.
Yep. First time, looks fine to see.
It's nice hearing that, though, isn't it?
It is nice. It's reassuring in a way, a little bit nerve-wracking in others, but I believe him. So
It's reassuring to me, too. What you did last night, I appreciate it. And then hearing that, it feels good. It feels We can be a unit, like you said.
Yeah, I was thinking that yesterday when Ayla's grandmother was talking about, bringing us together. If someone saw us all together, then there must be a reason.
Mm.
Stronger together.
It's going to be weird for me. Last time I was moving with a crew was when I was 16. I'll gesture back to the camp. Are you still at the camp? Wherever Gil is, I'm gesturing to Gil. Back when we had the blockbusters. And after that, one couple of times whenever I'd jump in with a mercenary group, but usually solo traveling.
Same. Mostly been solo for myself, aside from Kunzite when I was younger, and now mostly on my own. Sometimes joining with friends, but nothing long term. So it'll be hard to get used to. Learning curve.
If you're close, I'll put my hand on your shoulder. I think we can do it. It'll be new to us, but
yeah,
I believe in us.
I think we can learn. I feel like we can learn. Old dogs, new tricks, and all that.
All right. Are you back at the camp?
It's like prairies, right? It's kind of like
It's like mountain valley.
mountain valley.
Yeah.
So it's like not a ton of trees, but it's not this kind of
Trees are
flat.
pressed up against the edges of the valley, but like you're in sort of like a meadowy space.
Really dancing sound of music.
Yes.
This might
That's
in fact
actually what
be
Gil's
alive.
doing.
Oh, how does that song start?
Gil's
With the sound. Actually, I'm making sure that I am honed in, ready for the day. So, I am hunting some food moss.
Roll a
Pray we get to watch you. Us two
Yeah.
watch him just running.
Just biff it.
roll an agility for me.
Oh.
Agility. It's a 7 with beard.
Great.
Yay!
I'll take that fear.
Well,
What I'll say is this is different terrain than Gil is used to. He's used to hunting rats in alleyways, mice under floorboards.
My favorite warm-up.
And here, there's a lot more places for the mice and ground creatures to scurry away. And so I'll say after your fourth or fifth failed attempt, you sort of like pull yourself up, hands and knees, got mud on your hands, and you just hear behind you, well, that was pretty shite, wasn't it?
I'm going to turn around because I know who this is. And I'm going to say, once again, I'm just practicing my bumbling idiot routine.
Well, you're going to need to come up with a new line if you keep bumbling around like that.
Well, if the line works, no sense in changing it.
Clean yourself off. I've got something to teach you.
Right. I'll just kind of spot a little stream that's off to the side and mosey on over there. Give myself a quick scrub on my knees and my boots.
And you clean yourself up, and Alexstrasza Winterstone, the Fang, is sitting there on a rock, impeccable in all of her leathers. And now that you're close, one thing that you notice, because noticing things about people is what Gil does. And yesterday, when you were sitting beside her on that standing stone, you didn't have a clear view of her brace of daggers that she keeps on herself. And now that you're close, you realize that they've all been dulled. And she sort of looks over at you and says, for all your bumbling idiot routine, it struck me as you're the talker of the group.
Well, I mean, everyone can talk.
Don't be humble.
Well, I'm just better talking than everyone else.
Right, I've looked into you. I've talked around, and I know what you do for a living.
Right.
So stop blowing smoke up my ass. Are you the talker of the group?
Sure.
Great. You're going to be going into the Viper's Nest, and there's some things that you're going to need to know.
All right.
We have people out there, but they have to stay hidden. We have code phrases, call and responses, in order to identify one another. And I'm going to teach you them, so that when you get out in the world, you can find help when you need it.
Well, that is actually very helpful.
Right, that's why I'm doing that.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. First one. You can say this, or they can say this. But ask. Oh, ash sure does leave a stain, doesn't it? And the only acceptable response is only if there's something worth burning. There's a similar one that is an older you might run into. It's hard to scrub out ash. And the response, well, ashes remember.
Ash is remember?
Ashes remember.
Oh, ashes remember.
And in that vein, this is less of a call and response and just more of a test. Is you could just say, well, it's funny what ashes remember. Another is, the dawn is slower here. This is a conversational test. Casual, forgettable, but heavy with meaning to those who truly understand what it means. The response is, aye, but it still comes. And the last one, and this is when you think you might be in danger, but you think somebody around might be able to help. Just ask, just say, some fires never show smoke. And if they respond in any way positive, it's a warning, it's a bond. It's letting them know and letting you know that there's resistance there, but beneath the surface, it's not visible. You have to hide it. This is, they're attending a public execution, and you see a couple of people be unhappy about what's going on. Well, some fires never show smoke. Someone clocks you, catches your eye, you know who to follow.
Thank you very much. That's very useful. I was fully anticipating I just had to, in the nearest town, right, I've got my buddy Joe Blow, and me and him haven't gotten on in a long time. And then I've got another friend who's also not too far from here, but we had a tiff over a lake, so it'll be nice to have some new bridges to cross.
Right, just make sure you don't burn these bridges.
Well, some fires never show smoke.
Quick learner.
I'll try. Can I ask you a question real quick before I show off?
I may not answer, but
In my experience, people of our inclination, hopefully that's not reading in too much that I'm comparing us in any sort of way, but generally keep their utensils well polished and sharpened.
she sort of sighs, and in this moment you realize she's a dwarf. Dwarfs live a while, but you realize in this moment that this is a dwarf in her middle years. She's, 150, maybe 200 years old. She's getting up there, and you see the age in this moment as she sort of sighs, and her white streaked black hair looks a little more frazzled in this moment. And her hands show some of that age and callous as she reaches up and just sort of touches one side of the brace of daggers on her chest. And she says, I did keep these sharp for a long time. And I spilled a lot of blood. on purpose and accidental. And through all my trying, it wasn't enough. And so now I keep these doll to remind me that sometimes even the sharpest knife isn't the right tool for the job. There's other ways to get things done.
Well, hopefully after this is all done, I don't need to dull my tongue.
If you do, I'd like to watch. And she just sort of smiles and points at you and says, "Ah, it was just for the face."
I don't believe you.
I suppose there's only one way to find out, and that's if you fuck this all up. So I would greatly appreciate it if you don't. And look, you're not on your own. We're gonna be trying to help as best we can. We're not as canny as we used to be. His knees creak every morning, but there's plenty of us out there.
It's hard to spell out Ashmore, isn't it?
Ashes remember.
And I will tip my cap to her and turn around and walk. And as I'm walking away, I'm just going to say, you know, I always thought you were the most interesting one of them.
Why's that?
I don't know, the name's just kind of cool, I guess.
Name goes a long way.
That it does.
Watch out! And as she says that, I'm going to spend a fear,
Oh.
and you are going to step into a gopher hole and eat shit.
I would like to utilize my feline instincts to make an agility roll.
Go ahead. Give me that
that
fear back. Come on.
I'm going to give you the fear back, but it's a 17.
So I'll say you stumble and like wobble for a second, but like manage to right yourself, and you just hear her laughing in the background.
And I'll just like be shaking my head, and I'll go to say something, and then I'll just think
All right. So as the sun starts to fill the valley up this morning, the four of you gather, and the journey is yours.
Everybody do what they need to do around camp. Feel it's going to be a long time before we find this many friends again.
well, hello now. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good to see you all. How are we doing? How everyone's feeling after last night?
Pretty, feeling adventurous, feeling solid. Wouldn't say good, but feeling
Feeling solid.
motivated.
All right, that's good. This is a good place to start. What about you, Ada?
How I'm feeling? Nervous, overwhelmed.
You know what I find that helps me? Is when I say, I feel nervous with that little wiggle in my tummy, I just say, I'm excited out loud. Totally changes the mood. Same feeling, just dread or, anticipation. So I personally am very excited. We're going to be hiking in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be great.
Do you ever do much of that?
No, never. That's why I'm excited. New experiences.
I'll clap your hand, or my hand on your shoulder. Oh, you're in the right company for it. And just when I thought we were going to settle down again.
Well, yeah, we're a little bit young for that, aren't we? I mean, at least I am. Hey, big brother.
Not that much older.
Well, a little bit.
You'll be this age one day, unless I kill you first.
Well, we both know that's what's going to happen, so.
I was giggling.
Yeah.
I imagine we're packed up.
Yeah.
While they were off doing, having conversations, I probably would have been packing up.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So you head out. Who is leading the way? We will do our first group action roll. So to explain how group action rolls work, is in this case, because it's going to be navigating, it's going to be an instinct roll. So you could nominate whoever you want to lead this role. And then each of you individually, you don't have to roll instinct, but you can if you want. You explain how you help. You choose a trait. You roll on that. You can add an experience if you want or whatever. But everybody except for the leader of this role rolls it as a reaction roll. So it doesn't matter if you have hope or fear. You're just trying to hit the DC. If you hit the DC and above, then the leader gets a +1. If you fail the DC, then the leader gets a -1 to their roll. So it's a way to help each other out. So who's going to be leading the navigation of this journey?
Imagine it'd be one of us. I guess you're a traveler too, but
Who's got the highest instinct? Because that's a good way to track it.
yeah, I have a +1.
I have +1.
+2.
You're
Sonia?
I'm following.
All right, so you'll roll last. Everybody else explain how you're helping, because it doesn't have to be instinct. It could be a knowledge roll. It could be a agility roll to help people over rocks, like whatever makes sense for your character as you guys are traversing your way up this mountain slope.
I will support with a strength. I will support with a strength roll. Any logs that we got to put across the river, push out of the way. Little boost up the hill. I'll be doing that. And to use an experience, I need to spend a hope.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I will. I'll spend a hope, and I would like to use my well-traveled experience.
Absolutely.
Just to kind of help navigate different paths. Be like, oh, yeah, that actually looks a little bit easier this way, that way, and then just kind of assist with the map and stuff.
Totally. Yeah, great. So go ahead and roll your duality dice. Doesn't matter if you get hope or fear. You're just trying to beat. The DC is going to be a 13.
I got a 11. Ooh, good. Oh, plus
Plus
2
2
for strength,
for
and then plus 2 for my experience.
Great. So 15. That's a +1 that Ayla will get on her instinct roll.
Plus what?
You'll get a +1 to your roll
At the end, yeah.
at the end.
I'm just writing it.
Yeah.
It's mountainous, yes.
It is definitely mountainous. Yes.
You know, this reminds me of the time when I had a very brief stint as a emerald miner. And what we would do is we would take this little rock dust over here, you got to go for the white ones, and if you smush them up and get them a little wet, they get kind of sticky. You put on the bottom of your boots, and then you're not so slippy slidey for those high inclines. I'm going to use my jack of all trades for everyone who's watching and the people at the table, because I workshop this with Dave after the fact. My jack of all trades is that Gil has basically at least worked like 1 or 2 weeks in basically every single trade there is. A little bit of welding, a little bit of cobbles, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I was a miner for just a few weeks and learned that fun little trick.
Did you skip the safety videos? You just skip the safety parts?
Otherwise, you're there for 3 weeks and I don't have time for that. So that's going to be a 2 plus a. I was thinking this would be Tinker.
Sure.
Finesse.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 14.
Yeah. I'll say, like, you help people with their slippery shoes. Maybe you help, like, tie a rope to help Cal pull something out of the way. You're just the guy who's just, like, got all of those little weird skills throughout the day where it's like, this log is too heavy. Wait, I can throw some rope over this and that sort of thing. Absolutely.
I'll just keep a pulley in my back pocket.
And what did you get, sorry?
14.
14 is enough, so that'll be another +1 for you.
Let's try to figure out how she would help. I think she's just generally just trying to make sure that everyone's together and make sure no one loses any of their shit, physically or, metaphorically, I guess. And just try and be like, oh yeah, there's a slightly easier walking path around that tree. Go that way. Just like general little bits of advice from wandering around. Yeah.
Love it. So that'd be an instinct roll.
Yeah. That is you said 12 is here.
There's no fear for this. It's okay. It's a reaction.
Cool.
So it's 12?
Yeah.
Is that with your +1 to instinct?
No, that is 13.
That's exactly what you needed.
Me
So
too.
that's a +3 to your instinct roll that you're going to get. So you add your own instincts to this. You can add your own experience if you want, but you have a +3 on it as well with a DC of 13.
But it's just whichever one is higher. Or
Well,
am I
this
still adding?
this is so for your roll, it's a regular roll. So fear and hope still playing in. So that this can be a mixed success, but you get a +3 to whatever you add to the dice plus your instinct.
But I still add these.
Yeah, you still add them together. Yeah.
18.
With? No, with.
Oh, with hope. My first hope.
Nice.
Go ahead and mark a hope.
Yay!
So that's great. I'll say as you guys all work your way up this mountain slope, it's a pretty easy day. The weather is nice. You find like the occasional like old game trail or something like that. It just makes it easier and easier for you to navigate your way up this trail. And in a couple of hours, basically once the sun's starting to just get warm enough, you crest up over this mountain slope and find yourself in this weird sort of canyon. So you go through a pass and you're now between two more sets of peaks. And between the sets of peaks is a rushing river. Has anybody studied maps of the world before?
Well, I believe 2 weeks ago was a cartographer.
I would have been more local maps. I
Yeah,
think,
for
not
sure.
here.
I will say the color of this river, because of how tumultuous and rapidy and dangerous this river looks, when you look down at it, much like it says in the note from Imran, is the color of silver. And it is heading north currently. It is maybe 110 feet wide, rushing rapids. And on the side of the river that you are all on, there is no trail to be found. And you see a nice clear path on the far side of the river.
Fish. Gather some buddies.
How wide was the river, you said?
About 100 feet.
Jeez.
That's a
a
lot.
huge
It's
river.
a big.
She's a big boy.
The flow of the river is north.
The flow of the river is north to south, and you guys are eventually trying to go west.
Where was the? I thought. Where did we go south? What did the note say?
Go west.
Oh, just kept
Yes.
saying go west. Oh,
Yes.
cross the river.
Follow the river over the mountains, and then head west. Is basically what it is.
And this river is flowing towards the mountains, like through these two peaks.
Through. So imagine like a peaky canyon, almost like this. You guys have come up this side of the slope, following like a pass through this canyon.
Yeah.
On the far side of the bank is like grass and meadow and path. On the side of the bank that you are in, it is almost sheer cliff.
Mm.
So this is something that you are going to have to traverse. This is something in Daggerheart that is an environment adversary. So this environment is something that you guys are going to have to cross. It is a dangerous crossing.
Mm-hmm.
There is a progress countdown of 4 for this, because there are 4 of you that need to get across the river. You can all explain to me however you want, with gear, with abilities, with straight traits, whatever you want to do. Think your way across this river.
How deep is it? It's 100 feet across.
I wanted to find out.
I throw Gil in.
I was like, how far can you throw someone?
You're gonna have to toss me.
Yeah, I'll just try my best to suss it out by. I'll walk in, just kind of like in my boots, and see how far I can get before it's like starting to go over my boots.
Over your boots fairly quickly. I'll say you get about maybe 30 feet out, and at that point in time, it would be waist high.
Okay.
So it could be possible to walk all the way across this river or only swim for a certain period, but it is also rushing rapid the whole time, even up to your waist. You're fighting like the undertow trying to pull you on.
What's the tree situation around?
There are some trees around, more just sort of like pine, spruce, alpine trees, scraggly trees that grow in height and can fight off the winter.
What you thinking, Gil?
Well,
I'll be in the water with you.
Standing there.
first of all, this is fucking free. That's what I say.
It is.
Second of all, it's very wide and very deep. Third of all, I've got no ideas. I think we can make a bridge, but I feel like that's going to be done.
I'm gonna, like, if there's like a decently sized rock, I'm just gonna take it and just kind of like chuck it out. Because you can kind of tell how loud of like a sploosh. Roughly like how deep it is. Loosely.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a strength for me to toss a big rock as far as you can.
That one's caught. I'm always rolling with fear. 13 with fear.
Ooh, fear. Well, that is max fear for me.
But I get to put
There's too many skulls over there.
I am not liking this look.
pretty embarrassing given that I was seaborn.
I will say a 13 with fear, you throw the rock fairly far. And it's sort of like not super deep.
Okay.
But also the water is moving, so it's hard to read.
Yeah.
But immediately you find yourself, after throwing that rock off balance. I need you to make an agility reaction roll for me.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if you get hope or fear on this one. It's just the amount on the die plus your agility.
Okay, just 0. Oh. Well, I actually critical success because those are both ones.
Hey!
Saved by the bell.
So mark a hope and clear a stress if you have any stress.
Wow. Physical stress.
As you start to go under, as you're sort of wobbled over and your legs are taken underneath you, and then you manage to, well, how do you manage to keep yourself up?
I'm going to say I just grab onto Gil.
All right. You just grab onto your brother.
That brother's bond. Like, because if I'm like falling, part of the critical success, I'd still have somewhat of my footing. I'm going to catch like a rock on my heel and then grab him, and I'm kind of like wedged and stand back up.
I'll lift you up.
That was a close one.
All right, Brother. Well, I don't think swimming is the way to go, so let's avoid that. But I can cover it. Yeah.
Nice save. I have an idea, but we can chat with the ladies too if they have something.
Sure. You know, I was wondering if she can make your arm look slow down the ropes like that. And maybe the other one can turn into like a giant turtle. And you can do swimmers across.
Yeah, turn yourself
Not bad. I like it.
Oh no.
Not this year. I was just going to turn for a fish and leave you.
Turn me into a three-eyed fish.
So you two watch this all happen on the bank of the river as these guys wade out until they're waist deep in this rapidly moving water, throw a rock, and almost fall.
How far is
Just
the
throw
river?
rocks.
Are they at this
About
point?
so about a third of the way across.
Okay, cool.
That's actually
And homes. Are you gonna do magic, guys?
What are you two thinking? It's a bit chilly. Nothing too bad though.
Can we see anything across the river that would be like helpful in any way?
What would you consider helpful?
I don't know. An abandoned raft or something.
How are we going to get across the river to
I
the
could
raft?
turn into a fish and swim. I was gonna leave y'all.
Crazy.
Well,
Deal with your own problems.
Yeah. What do you mean you can't turn into a fish?
sucks to suck.
There's definitely no raft over there, but give me an instinct roll to have a look across the river.
I also think I have something.
Okay, you go first.
Still with hope and fear.
Yes.
Always.
I know what I was hoping.
Should have fear.
Instinct, you said?
Yeah.
18 with hope.
Another
hope.
Mark another hope. That's great. I'll say with an 18 with hope, there isn't a raft, but there could possibly be enough material to, if you had enough rope and you could get yourself to the other side, you could potentially craft something out of. There's enough fallen debris and logs and things like that you could make something that would be big enough to fit the four of you if you wanted it.
That's on the other side.
But it's on the other side.
What happens to my stuff when I...
It just merges into you.
Okay, I was like, do I just have to like leave my stuff?
No.
Okay.
And it's on our side, it's like all
You're
rock.
basically you guys are basically standing on like a rock beach,
Cool.
and if you look left or right, it just becomes sheer cliff
Cool.
on either side.
No
But the other
tree.
side looks nice and peaceful. There's some scraggly trees that are like growing out of the cliff face and stuff. Because it's not like sheer rock; it's like mountain scree.
Got it. So like roots and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Does everyone get 50 feet of rope in their inventory?
Mhm.
Could I tie my rope with someone else's rope? Because the river's 100 feet.
150.
No, like
No, like-
100-ish.
Yeah.
Eyeball. You guys, like when you went out, you got to about a third of the way across before it was starting to come above your waist.
If it makes you feel better, we can tie 3 ropes together and tie them to stuff. And I was thinking I could use my magic hand because I can put it within far range, which is about 100 feet, and then try and tie it to a tree on the other side. So I can like tie ropes to like have a handrail essentially of
Yeah.
rope.
I mean, there definitely would be a roll involved to see how well it is tied.
Yeah.
The magic hand on the other side, but it is certainly a possibility if you think you could roll it well.
Yeah, if people want to contribute their rope to me, and I
Right.
could try and tie rope on the end.
So we're thinking of.
If everyone wants to go with that, it's just an idea.
No,
Just
no, no.
throwing
I
it
like
out there.
it. I like it.
I have rope.
Rope.
I was thinking of chopping down trees and making a raft, so that works way better. Can you get across? Why don't you go tie the rope, and then you use your hand to untie it, so we don't have to go back and.
Big brain.
Yeah, because you could technically,
Because yeah,
with,
it's
with your magic hand, I would say that you could probably like
It would,
carry
like,
the
just
rope
reach.
across, and then Ayla could swim across.
Cool.
And then come out on the other side and grab it from your magical hand, which would
Cool.
lower the difficulty of tying it to a
Yes.
tree on the far side with
Sick.
actual hands instead of a magic hand. That's 100 feet.
yeah.
away.
I'm like, you know, when you're like trying to tie something, you're like, but with like something like not your own hands. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Cool. Okay.
I want to just breeze this over. You have a magic hand.
We didn't go over all my abilities last night. I just was like, I could make his arm look like a real arm, like a real boy. And also I have magic hand.
Is it like your hand comes off and floats about?
Yeah, I can conjure.
You can make it look like anything. It could be like a little beetle, or it could be any sort of thing. The flavor of it doesn't matter so much, but mechanically.
Yeah, it's about hand sized. I would say it's like a really strong, like I don't know, rhinoceros beetle.
Nice.
Oh, so it's not a hand, it's a beetle?
Yeah, it's just magic hand is the magic.
Can the beetle swim?
He can fly. He's got little beetle wings.
That works then.
There's a beetle in the room with us right now.
You know what? I don't like all these questions towards me and my beetle. You don't want my beetle's help. That's fine.
No, quite frankly, I'm just fascinated by this beetle, so I'd love to know more about them. Because it sounds like a handy fellow.
And I would love to conjure him.
Absolutely. Describe what this rhinoceros beetle looks like to us.
I think she kind of puts her hands together and then a rhinoceros beetle is kind of almost looks like a triceratops, kind of like has two horns and I think the one long horn on its face. 6 feet. And he's like black, but he like kind of has like a green iridescent kind of shine to him, like the rest of her magic. So yeah, he shows up out of her hands and takes the rope.
He just grabs the rope in his
in
6 little legs, and then the wings just sort of and it just sort of picks up and starts flying across the river, pulling the rope behind.
And Joel's gonna be like, yeah, you go, Beetle! You, what's his name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey! Go get him, Jeffrey! Go on then! Shove off!
Is he a G Jeffrey?
Yes,
or J
it's with
Jeffrey?
a G. It's important that you know it's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey! Have you ever seen a beetle carry a rope like
I haven't seen one of those beetles ever, I don't think.
that? Well, that's also a good point. It's got a little rhinoceros on.
These two sure like animals, don't they?
Right, and gathering that, for sure.
Right, so you're swimming across then. All right, well, the 3 of us, let's tie up with the last rope.
Are you going to turn into a beetle too?
No, it's a fish.
A fish? What kind of fish?
Gil, we got a job to do.
Well, this is just very exciting stuff.
Well, you'll be able to see when she's swimming in.
Well,
I'm passing you the rope. I've already tied to my... Gil, I think actually you should go on the end.
all right.
And you go in the middle.
Sounds good.
What kind of fish do you turn into?
There you go, Gil.
That's what I'm waiting for.
A rainbow trout, because that's the
Nice.
first
Yeah.
fish that came into my head.
Freaking
I'm gonna say, we can swim upstream. What if you get caught in the... Oh, we're screwed.
I don't know. I didn't know any fish, and suddenly I blinked out. I was going to say Nemo, so you're like,
If rainbow trout are in mountain rivers, that totally makes sense. When you transform, do you just like... Do you jump into the air and transform midway? Do you walk into the water and then just slip below the water?
Yeah, for a fish, I think it would be like midair, and it just kind of drops me in because I wouldn't want to get my stuff wet before and go in. You know, that's the whole point.
Nice.
So
Good thinking.
just like
So I'll say for crossing this river, because the water is so rapid, make an agility roll as your fish. I don't know. I can't remember if it changes the stats or anything, but if it does, but you can do it with advantage because you're fish, so you can add a d6. The d6 just adds to your overall roll. It doesn't affect your over fear, but it just allows you to have a better shot.
I need to paint in these numbers. And 26 with fear.
26 with fear.
That's crazy,
An
though.
incredibly good success. So
I swim like I'm just in a bathtub. Like
what is going to happen with that fear is I'm going to spend it immediately. And as you are swimming under the water, you have a better view of everything now that you're below all the foam and everything else like that. And as you're swimming across the creek, you're having no problem fighting the current. But what you don't see until it is on you is this almost translucent 6-foot-long snake.
no.
You roll a fear.
We were just talking about that.
Oh, the net.
Slithery little snake.
Underwater snake.
It is going to attempt to make an attack against you.
That was a fish.
Your food.
Go on, fish, Ayla, you're doing great. Fish almost to the other side. Do you think she's almost there?
What is your evasion?
I don't want to tell you.
I mean, I could just look myself.
12.
12 is fine because it rolled a 6 plus 2. So you see this thing coming last second. As it sort of opens its maw, the inside of it, you see like fangs and everything. You're like, oh, shit, it's a snake. That almost looks like it's made of glass. It's so translucent in this water. And you just dart ahead and get away from this thing.
You guys rude.
And make yourself to the other side of the river, marking our countdown to a 3.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'm
You
going to drop
burst out of the water on the other side,
Yeah.
turning back into Ayla as you like land and tumble on the far bank.
Guys, there's a snake.
Oh God, let's go! Yeah, you said it all over
I'm like,
there.
there's a snake. You can
Yeah,
too
tell me it
far.
wasn't fake at all. That was the realest thing I ever saw. No, it's not a lake. It's a river.
Can we hear her?
Probably not.
Oh, Gil's shouting.
Yeah, Bill's shouting. I'm trying to shout to you that there's.
Yeah, she's
the
shouting
water.
and it's super quiet and you're picking up bits and pieces.
I think she has with you and Kate.
I doubt it, Gil. She's doing this.
All right. Do we need a right?
Damn it, Gil.
I'll say it's about this time your beetle. Jeffrey has made it over to the other side.
Finally.
Just, like lowers down the rope. And so it is currently being held by Jeffrey on one side, almost unsuccessfully, as the river's starting to pull it down and tied to you on the other side. You can just grab that rope if you want.
Wait, no. Our rope is not tied to me. We'll tie that to a tree.
Okay.
My rope is going to tie the 3 of us when we go across.
Got it. So no one's holding the other end of the rope.
Well, sorry, I thought yeah.
I was
I will be, instead of tying
Yeah.
my rope, I will be holding that rope.
Okay.
So yes, I will be.
Just making sure I
Yeah.
understand the narrative. So on the other side of the river, easy enough to find a tree to tie this to, Ayla. What I would love from you is a finesse roll to see how well you tie the knot that your friends are going to use to traverse this river.
16 with fear.
16 with fear.
Wow, we're
Right.
rolling a lot of fear.
We are fear.
I mean, she's also getting 2 hopes so far.
That's
She's
true.
just doing most of the rolls. 16 is pretty good. I'll say you tie a fairly solid knot that is going on.
Good enough.
We'll see what happens as everybody starts to traverse. As this rope is now strung across this raging mountain river. What are the rest of you doing?
Is there a tree nearby?
There's no trees on your side.
Hmm.
I mean, there are, but they're like further down the trail. So you don't have enough rope to reach. You could put it under a rock or try to, do whatever. But like, even still, I will say mechanically, because you guys have strung this rope, any roll to get across the river will be done at advantage.
So I don't need to figure out how to anchor this rope on the side.
No, you don't need to like turn it into a slack line or anything. Because even if it drifts, you're still anchored.
Well, currently I'm holding it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But like
you're
once
saying,
you start going across,
you're saying we can just hand wave putting it under a boulder?
Well, on the one side. 'cause
you don't
it's
even
on-
necessarily need to. Because like you could just
Oh, I see.
you
Oh
could
my
hold
God.
it
I'm there.
and then
I'm
Gil
with you.
and
Yeah, I'm
Alder
with
could
you.
go across, and then when you're going, if you get swept down, you're still
Yeah,
holding
yeah.
onto a rope, so you can
Yeah.
just climb.
I'm with you.
But then you give the okay, then I'm gonna wander in and try and start walking across.
You want to go
holding-
first? I can, and I can break the water for you.
I think he should go first. Maybe you go
Yeah.
at it.
Sounds good.
Okay, give me an agility roll to essentially climb your way across this river.
Maybe it was
Uh,
strength. And go more just like,
It's not.
Like just brute force, like grip, like
yeah.
I would say strength would be more like holding onto the rope for other people.
It's like a
Agility is like your hand over hand holding onto
Okay.
this rope, trying
That's
not
fair
to
then.
slide
Okay.
off. But
Oh,
you do it
that's-
at advantage. So you add a d6.
Oh, doesn't matter. I got 2 6s.
double. This is your second.
Yeah.
Crit. All right.
Sorry,
mark
this the whole critical success thing.
mark a hope, and this is you've climbed ropes dozens of times. This is like almost no work for you. I would like how explain to me how you just handily like breeze your way across this river.
He'll be walking, and with each grab, like the rope will be going here, and he wraps his arm around it, so it creates like friction over his arm, and then he'll kind of do the same. So like even if one hand gets tired, like he can just kind of shake it off. Yeah. And then
How tall is Cal?
6'5".
6'5". So I'll say even at the middle of the river, you can occasionally like put a toe down.
Okay.
But yeah, handily, just hand over hand over hand, no problem at all. It takes maybe 2 minutes, and you're across soaked. Like,
We're tied.
all three. Oh, so
Yeah,
you're
in case-
all going together.
Yeah, in
Okay,
case
so
somebody fell off.
You
the
guys
rope.
give me agility rolls then too.
That's where I was thinking.
Yeah,
strength as a
absolutely.
reaction.
I'll say with a crit, I will give you an opportunity to save somebody if they fail.
Okay.
I have a 6 with fear.
Amazing. we'll deal with that in a minute.
Well, good. She's actually in the middle, so that works.
Yeah.
I'm using my feline instincts to reroll my
Okay.
nice. So 14 with it.
14 with hope. All right. How many times can you use feline instincts? Is any time?
It
Any
costs
agility?
2 hope to use.
Ah, got it. Okay.
That's sick, but
Extensive.
Okay. So 14 with hope, crit, 6 with fear.
Yep.
Okay. Because you rolled with a fear, I need you to make me a secondary agility reaction roll. I will give you advantage on this because you can help her out.
Okay.
If you do not succeed on this roll, you will be caught by the undertow.
And advantage in this game is like you just
You add a d6.
Cool.
Yeah. So
I
advantage
think my
in
prayer is-
Daggerheart is you add a d6 to it. So you still your
Can
hope and
work.
fear still work as normal, but because it's a reaction, hope and fear doesn't matter in this. It's like a saving throw from D&D.
Okay.
So it's just 2d12 plus a d6. And you just need to beat the Raging River's difficulty.
worst case, I can add 2.
and I also
Two
could
ones.
re-roll because I did my journal.
You also have one reroll because you wrote your journal. For those of you
Yep.
watching, this is a thing that I've done in D&D games for a long time. Whereas if my players write a journal entry and send it to me as their character, I give them one reroll. And if we ever get a Patreon or whatever, I think we'll probably release those journal entries on the Patreon for people to read.
Can't just be offering up
It's
people's
just the
journals.
magical fairies that don't exist in this world that are reading them. It's fine.
I even debated to dear diary.
I posted that too.
So, let's see. 13 with fear, and then do I
There's
add
no
the,
fear to this,
Okay,
but you
cool.
just add it all together.
Okay, cool. 19.
19
nice.
handily. I'll tell you, you slip off the rope as you're getting pulled down.
Wet rocks.
How do you grab her and pull her back onto the rope?
I'll say like with what I was like talking about, explaining how I was walking across. I should be talking in my accent. I'll have my hand wrapped around a rope. I'll be shaking off this one, just taking a breather. Look back as you're catching up. You slip, and just thankfully, my hand was there. And I was kind of extend out, which is almost 7 feet. Catch you by the collar, and then hoist you back up.
Can't believe I'm being scruffed.
Do you rescue, swim her the rest of the way across, or do you pull her back onto the rope?
I'm gonna ask her. You okay? Still holding you.
Listen, this really isn't my forte. This water is kind of a lot.
Hang on then.
Yeah.
And you can put your arms,
Yeah.
through here,
Okay.
and I'll just kind of
You guys just loop yourselves
Yeah.
into
through
one
my
another.
chainmail or something.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say because you're tall enough too, now one hand on the rope, you can pull yourself forward and then take a couple of steps and then
Yeah.
pull yourself forward and
Okay.
take a couple of steps. And Gil, you're just back there, just floating along with the river. How tall is Gil?
He's 6 feet, but he's really 5'11".
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, those guys.
In the middle, there's no bottom for you to touch. You're just like feet dangling in the stream. But with all of those rolls, the four of you wheezing and soaking and freezing make your way to the other side of this raging river.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Don't-
everyone will witness his Qatari ancestry for a moment as he gets to the other side. He's going to take off his hat and just put his hat back on.
Always my
I
favorite
was
thing.
dry.
Throwing it in my water.
Gonna like grab a comb out of my pocket and like comb the mutton chops. It's my least favorite thing about getting wet. Is I don't have a fear of water, you know?
I'm gonna take my boots off, dump them out, and then string them up to my pack.
I can start a campfire at will if you want to like warm up and dry off a little.
Oh, no time. I walk around barefoot.
It's a pretty warm day too, as well. Like
Okay.
if you want to,
Yeah,
you want
that's
to
what I was
sort of
thinking, like
dry off
sun's
as you
out and
go,
stuff.
kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I don't like walking on wet socks, so maybe
You don't have any because you were
Yeah,
a fish.
I'm dry as hell, but maybe somebody else.
Yeah, the three of you are soaking and shivering, and Ayla's just there perfectly dry.
I have weird sensory issues about wet feet, okay?
Just hearing a weird sound. A whirring. Yeah. Oh, is it the computer?
Yeah, that's done now.
It's so beefy.
Cool.
Yeah.
She's working hard.
Also, our music stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. That was my fault.
You know what I love about being in water?
Not at all.
True. It's kind of like being hugged by an extremely sweaty person.
No, it's not, Gil.
Got some moisture exchange going on.
You know, all these things inside your head, you don't always have to say them. That's the beautiful part about decision making.
But that's why I wear the hat, because it catches all thoughts so they don't throw away.
Also, not how thoughts work, Gil.
Well, I'm pretty sure farts don't work at all with that.
Thoughts.
Yeah, farts.
I feel like we're saying the same thing.
We are saying the same thing. We're saying farts.
Do you have any idea what they're saying?
This is what I always thought about. Your thoughts are like that string. And what you decide to act on is like a big fish net. You just kind of catch what you want and let everything else keep going. But you decide to build a dam and reroute the whole fucking stream out that mouth.
That's because I'm industrious, like a beaver. Can you turn into a beaver?
Probably.
Nice. I like beavers. You know, so easy. Got the little tails.
We are walking as we're talking about this.
So, have you ever thought about how a beaver tail kind of looks like a wolf?
I'm full on
You're
ignoring
going
it. I'm just right behind Ayla and
I'm speed walking like this. So embarrassing as fast as can.
And easy enough at this point in time on this side of the river as the mountains stretch high into the belly of the sky on either side of you. And you eventually like follow this path that's on this western side of the river. And it eventually moves away from the river as you like climb a little higher. And then eventually you're up sort of mountain meadows, just moving through passes, heading sort of a northwesterly direction as you move through this range of mountains that are called the Spine of Cathar. And you eventually get to a point where you even crest above the clouds. And so you have blue sky above you and just cloud bank below you. There's just sort of scrub and brush. There's no even trees at this altitude. And you just work your way through the day through switchbacks and valleys and stone outcroppings, and time just sort of moves differently as you move through this space. And a far, far on the northern horizon, you see dark clouds beginning to gather as thunderheads rumble against distant peaks. It's getting about early evening there, I would say.
you see, I think so. Right. Given we're up in the cliffs, possible chance of finding a cave. Kind of bunker in for tonight. Search now, or we keep walking until we get to the trees down there, and then try to quickly build a shelter that can withhold that storm.
I'm pretty good at finding places.
Mind's going ahead then, Gil.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to use my Slyborn feature to have advantage on finding safe places to hide.
Goddamn.
Amazing. So
Nice.
we'll call this a group action roll, and you can take advantage on your roll. And so if anybody else wants to help in any way we can, or if you just want to leave it up to Gil, that is also a total thing you can do. It's up to you guys. You can help or you can hinder with the group roll, or you can just leave it up to you.
Let's do the group roll.
I'm down.
Okay, so how is everybody helping as you guys traverse? Are you trying to descend? Are you just trying to find a cave at the altitude that you are at? What would Gil look for?
Well, generally, when they're looking for a safe place to hide, you want the shadows, which definitely implies cover above and to the sides. So I'm looking for any shadowy outcroppings kind of stand out against the sun. I know the clouds are rolling in a little bit. I'm also going to take a smell for the moisture, see if I can find some place that smells a little less wet environment. There's a little more dryness, maybe a little bit of a alcoves and shaded from the previous rains the past few days.
Okay. How are the three of you helping Gil as he explains what he's looking for?
Realistically, I'm not going to try to make it work with my plus minuses. I will be using knowledge, which I have a +0 to help analyze game trails. I figured it'd be more knowledge as opposed to instinct. Game trails, potential homes, really, for the animals.
Go ahead and make a knowledge reaction roll for me.
Not great at all. Even with all my +1s, I will not use. That's 4.
All right, so that'll be a -1 to Gil's roll.
Thanks for your
I can't say shut up yet.
Well, how does it go poorly? Is it just you end up talking your brother's ear off and distracting him, or is this terrain that you've never been in before and you're just sort of like talking out your ass?
It is exactly that.
Yeah.
He's used to being down in the islands, more tropical. Mountain ranges are a bit different. Same principle of shelters for animals, but totally different beast up here, especially with the clouds. Gil, I can't see shit. And then probably just keep complaining that I can't see shit and distracted.
I hear you, all right.
I don't think I ever called Jeffrey back.
He's still on the roll.
He's in the water.
He can just be on your shoulder.
Yeah,
if you
and
wanna
that's
keep
where I
him
imagined.
calm.
I was like, he's on my shoulder. I was like, oh shit, where'd he go?
He's just like behind.
Yeah.
What do I do?
You can rest. It's cool.
They're ugly, by the way. I looked it up.
what? He's cute.
I think they look a little tough.
Like a little triceratops.
Yeah.
Like this big.
You're cuddly.
Exactly.
I don't like
So I think
Although the druid thinks the bugs are ugly.
that's crazy.
she's like animals.
I can-
cool. Bugs.
So species.
bugs aren't. No, bugs aren't. Mm-mm.
She's like, I love animals. I am arachnophobia. I do have
Yeah,
arachnophobia.
I have an option to be. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But since Jeffrey's still hanging out, maybe I'll send him to go look. Since he can fly off 100 feet to go look. So I think that would be. Would that be instinct?
I would say instinct, but I would
Yeah.
give you advantage on it because you're Jeffrey's sort of scouting afar for
Yeah.
you.
Cool. Okay.
We're looking for cave.
That can fit all of us. That's what's using knowledge.
18 with hope.
Hope doesn't matter on
Right.
this one, it's just reaction roll, but an 18 is a +1.
Dope.
So flat
Back
roll
to
so
0.
far.
I actually also forgot to add my +1, so that's 19.
19. Great. Ayla, how are you helping out?
Mm.
I mean, this is terrain that you've probably traveled in hundreds of times. Not this exact mountain range, but this is definitely a place that you've been to many, many times.
Would you say that it's like strictly like mountainy, or is there like greenery?
It's like
Like-
Canadian Rockies. You're at this point in time, you're above the alpine. So
Very
the
deciduous.
greenery is more like mosses and lichens and scrub brush and stuff like this. There's not a lot of trees unless you guys were to start to descend.
Do we want to send?
Well, that's what Cal was saying. We could keep going.
I mean, you could use, like, if you wanted to use your knowledge of this terrain, like, I would say that would be an instinct roll, like a navigation or something like that, where you're like, hey, maybe we would find something better lower down, which could go poorly for you or go well for you.
Yeah. I think, yeah, if anything, I'm looking for like, obviously I'm looking, but if not, I can deal with going down a little bit better, where I can like, where is it? Like adjust nature with that wild touch thing.
Okay.
So it'd be easier with like trees where I could like make a shelter. So I'm more just like looking for, because a cave would be better.
Okay, so
So
you're
if I
still
find-
on. Okay,
How would Ayla
But I'm looking downwards
Yes,
for one, but
yes.
also for backup.
I got you.
Yeah. How would Ayla have this conversation with Gil to try to convince him to go lower down?
Does he even let me get a word in, or is he just?
Well, we'll find out.
Fuck you. I'm talking to you today.
Oh, yes. Gil.
Aye.
Why do I sound like you guys? I know you want to find a cave.
Right, I do.
I think I'm going to look downward a little bit more. I know you want to continue up,
Right.
but if we don't find one, I can kind of adjust nature to maybe help build us a shelter, and it's going to be easier if we descend down the mountain.
Oh, just nature. You're gonna just
Ye-
adjust it.
Like subtle effects. It grows a couple extra branches, so we're covered from the rain, or
All right.
I'm still going to look for a cave because that would be better,
Sure.
but I'm going to look this way.
All right. You are more than welcome to adjust as much as you need to.
All right.
Go ahead and roll an instinct roll.
Wait.
Hang on, you Gil. We got to see if you get another +1 or not.
Would you say
That
that's
was a good roll.
in the middle?
I think that's cocked.
Yeah, you can keep track of this.
I still
Okay, it was 11.
That's why she said, "God respect the cock."
Respect the cock.
When the dice is cocked, you
What
gotta,
honor
you
cock?
gotta honor the
I
cock.
was
Honor
looking at
the
that
cock.
comment, I was like, "What are we talking about?"
Everyone knows you have to honor the cock.
Everyone
God.
knows you have to honor the cock.
It was 13,
Okay.
but help.
13 was dead on the DC. So
Let's go, baby.
as you start heading south, it gives you a +1 to this roll.
All right. So first roll is an 18. Oh.
18. Okay. Advantage is you just add a D6 to it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
My apologies.
That's all right.
And fear you.
So it's 4, so 22.
22 with hope. So go ahead and mark a hope. And I'll say in this moment, like, Cal's been talking your ear off for a while. Jeffrey's been like flitting out, just coming back and like whispering things into Aldra's ear. And then Ayla's finally like, okay, we have to go down. We got to go down. And you guys walk for another like 20 or 30 minutes. And you come across this bit of like stone outcropping that grows out like this before going up and is sheltered by all of these pine trees on the front hand side. Just as the storm strikes above you, and the rain starts to fall, and you guys are just covered and dry and warm as the land falls dark.
Oh my god, that was sick. I thought it was outside.
Did I spend all day in the Fantasy Plus app putting this together? I sure did.
Well done.
As you guys
Take a fear.
as you guys make camp for the evening here in this outcropping. You can take a long rest if you want. We can just you want to hang out and wait out the storm. It's up to you. It's probably about 7 p.m. at this point in time, and you guys have been hiking for like 10 hours.
I'll put my feet up if I'm telling the truth.
I got wet socks. I gotta take my socks off.
I think that'll be a great time for you to light that fire. Adrian. Oh, Layla.
Wow.
Did you combine their two names?
I sure did.
It's okay.
Are you as old as me?
We
When I
are
start
so
getting
different
everybody's names
people.
wrong.
You can call us Callian.
Perfect.
Calligan.
Callian?
Calligan.
Sounds like
Galen.
a water company. Is it Culligan?
Galen.
All right. So yeah, you guys make camp. Is there any long rest activities that you want to do now that we're here? As you've had a long travel day.
I would like to prepare with my brother.
They're purposely angling themselves away from us, and we're over here being like,
We're just sitting
all right.
here at the
Oh,
fire.
directly across, just like,
You guys are just like eating.
Yeah.
Just like,
and they're slowly like,
Okay. God, I guess we'll turn
oh God, I guess we're having private conversations.
Alright.
on.
Cal, here's a sounds crazy mission like
It's
that. I have no freaking idea what we're doing, right? But you know what I love about it? Is that it's the first time in a while that we're able to, deal with it together. And I was thinking, we might prepare for this the same way that we used to prepare for things. But we might dip our toes back in the brotherly water, if it were,
All right.
So, here's what I'm thinking, okay? We're going to go meet the lady now. I don't really know much about her other than the fact that she's hot, right?
Yeah, right.
That's just an assumption.
I mean, it'd have to be with a name like that.
Yeah. So, here's what I'm thinking. We should come up with a plan for when we meet her.
To kind of sway her to aid us.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
So what do you think's the best way to do that? Will you remember when Mum was talking to me,
Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention a whole lot from being released. I was sort of paying attention to the hair and stuff, the fang stuff. I know you're more of a shield guy, but
Your turn.
Sorry.
oh what?
You guys are talking about how to get her on our side.
Not so much that as acquire some additional aid benefits.
From
Yeah.
her?
Yeah.
Like, you don't think she'll trust us?
Well, I mean, we are complete strangers, and if she's isolated herself, like your grandmother said.
If I fed my death, I would probably be pissed off if someone found out I was alive and they came looking for me.
Well. I'm gonna assume I was wearing the locket. Probably.
that would make sense.
Yep. I'm just gonna take it off and hand it to you guys. This is from my grandmother, who got it from the Flamekeeper. That is her original crest.
20 carrots.
Hey,
You ain't cheap.
Come on now. It's a bit easier. 20 carrots.
Your grandmother gave that to you.
as like a safety to ensure that she'll know that we're on her side. So you don't have to worry about that.
Well, forget about bloody preparing then.
Sorry. Anyway.
Actually, here's what I'm thinking. We pull out the old double barrel dag. Oh, I love the double barrel dag. Everyone is not going to be expecting that we can just whip it out and she'll be like, oh, remember you want to put a couple of blokes. I love it. All right, excellent. I think that's what we'll do. That's our problem.
That's exactly
Double
how
barrel
it is.
dag.
Can't wait to find out what a double barrel tang is.
Me too.
I was also going to ask you, because you have the letter, right? You're the one that has the letter on you? Is that me?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were holding on to it. And yeah, just analyze it some more and see what I can try and figure out from it, and how the Flamekeeper feels, because it also just still says that Light still clings to her shame and she's not what she once was, but she is not lost. So I'm like, yeah, she might be hesitant when we approach her, but not like, I don't know, like still trying to figure out how she would feel about being approached.
Okay, so you're vibe checking it
Yeah.
essentially.
Essentially, I'm like, how does so this is how? Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a spell cast roll. So, knowledge rolls.
Okay. Cool.
And if you want to add any experiences or anything to this, then definitely you could.
For this one, I don't think I have any experiences. I would just say it's a 15. Yeah,
With
with my with hope.
15 with hope. Mark a hope.
I have so much hope.
What does it look like for Aldra as she tries to connect with the essence of this?
I think she's really just like deeply analyzing the letter and like reading it. She notices that all the first letters are all slightly darker and uppercased. So it says find flame, and it also refers she is not what she once was. So that's, I feel like it's being very clear that it's the Flame Keeper, and giving us clues to that kind of thing. So I think she's just like deeply analyzing and like writing notes off the side.
Do you use your cards at all?
Yes, I think she would probably ask her cards.
Okay. So I'll say, as you sort of like sit in this space and the campfire is crackling and the storm is raging outside, but the four of you, having gone through this day together, you bonded a little bit together, you have this moment of peace and quiet. You pull out your cards, you pull out the letter, and you do a reading sort of around this piece of paper. Two cards jump out at you. The Magician and the Fool. And you're sort of sitting there and just ruminating on this a little bit, and you aren't sitting in the mountains any longer. And you are in a building, in a place that you don't truly understand, in a body that is not your own. And you look about all around you, and there are other easy to clock magic users. 100, maybe 200, with all of their own spell casting focuses. Some have cards, some have crystal balls, some have books, some have candles, some are just channeling energies between their hands. And there are dozens and dozens and dozens of you in this huge domed chamber. And in the middle of this chamber is this plinth that is standing there. And you are speaking fervently. You can't hear the words that you're saying. You're speaking fervently to these people. And the vibe that you are getting, the feeling that you are getting from your words and from the response is one of hope and desperation. And as you continue speaking, you look down at this beautiful spell book laid before you. And you finish an incantation, and the entire room just goes black. And at the center of the room, you see just a burning bead of amber light. And you're back, and the sound of the rain and the crackle of the fire is there. And you have been hearing stories about the Emberfell Six, about the Circle of Dawn for your entire life. And all of them had moments of failure or moments of turning away from the mission for human purposes, for individual selfish reasons. And the Flamekeeper thought that the Circle couldn't beat the gods on their own. And so she gathered the most powerful spellcasters she could to try to bring help and summon the voice of Amber into this world. And you just witnessed that moment.
Awesome. Yeah, I think she probably comes to a little bit and just like takes a moment. I was telling Ayla this, but while they were talking also, Jeffrey is on my shoulder and he's a little bit like the starfish from Aquamarine. He's just in my shoulder going, "You're so beautiful. You have such lovely hair." And I'm like, not now. Other things are happening now.
Aldred, your magic is so great. You should just keep casting spells all the time.
Yeah, it's unlikely. Oh, I have other
Jeffrey's voice now.
Yeah. Perfect. And yeah, I think she's gonna tell her friends what she just got from the note, because it feels important that the group kind of knows.
I'll say what you guys all notice as Aldred does this. So she's just doing a card reading and laying out her tarot cards around this note. And then there's just a moment where her body goes stone still. And her eyes glow with flame. Reflected maybe from your campfire could be a trick of the light, but it's almost as if light is emitting from her. And then sharp intake of breath and she's back. And it was a second.
I was like drying my shirt over the fire. What was that about?
I was trying to analyze Humor's letter a little bit to try and get as much as I could, any information I could about the Flamekeeper from this note. And I kind of got a vision while I was reading. I think I was in the body of someone else, but it felt more like kind of like a memory. Like it obviously wasn't me doing it, but someone else doing it. And I was living in their memories, if that makes sense. And it seems like whoever it was trying to bring a whole bunch of magic users together to try and beat the gods. That's what it seems like. But, I wasn't no one was really talking to me, so
little all over the place.
Beat the gods.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Because there are no gods, right? And what there's that.
Kill.
What?
Absolutely gods.
Maybe there's excellent mechanics who work on your arm. I was a mechanic for about 3 weeks at one point.
I can tell you this wasn't there for like 8 years.
Right. And then they put it on you.
The arm was there, but the glow, and what do you think's going on with my eye, wasn't there
Maybe it's infected.
4 months ago.
Infections can last a long time.
Back to you, gods.
Sorry about that, yeah. Magic?
Yeah. I wasn't really hearing anyone. Jeffrey's voice was kind of loud.
Yeah, she's really good at magic and she does good things. Have you seen her hair since she swam in that river? It's beautiful.
Just huge. Just absolutely.
Yeah, can we
Do
understand
you
it?
understand, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, actually, can they understand Jeffrey? Or is it just clicks and whistles to them?
I think it's probably clicks and whistles, but he does like pitch up where you're like, he is talking to you, but
Like, son, they'll bug it, isn't
yeah, he was kind of being a bit loud. It was fine. And also doesn't seem like anyone was really. I couldn't hear any voices, so the message is a little blurry, a little bit looking through wax paper.
It seemed like it worked. Right?
I don't know if it worked as intended. I don't know what.
Intended by whom?
Again, I'm not entirely sure. I just felt like I could feel that there was a lot of hope and desperation. But again, no one was really speaking, so no one was like, this is what we're doing, and this is why we're doing it. So I'm kind of trying to pick through the pieces myself. But
All right, well, somebody's trying to bring the gods in, or bring people in to kill the gods. So it would have been in the past.
Because it never existed anymore, so it's got to be in the past.
and there was other magic
Most of
users
them.
there, which there isn't a lot of magic users just hanging around, and they weren't being stealthy about being obvious magic users. So
this would have been
that's what I'm
pre-circle
thinking.
events.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, you guys would have all heard the shame, right? The shame of every single circle member has been shared out into the world. And the shame of the Flamekeeper was that she turned her back on the circle and sided with the Accord. And the Accord
But this
follows
is-
the
but
voice of Amber.
This is what I was going to say. Didn't your grandmother say something at the funeral about the Flamekeeper not knowing what she was doing, but she had good intentions and was the one that brought him in? She said something yesterday. I'm telling you, she did.
Feels like a week ago. Did she?
She did, right?
She said that Imran forgave the Flamekeeper even when the world burned.
I thought, okay.
You're just making stuff up.
I swear to
Yeah, I mean, in conversation,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
said that
Okay, yeah.
she had good intention.
That's where I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it wasn't with me then. Maybe I metagaming, so I'll retcon that.
So you're not talking to me anymore then? Because that's the only thing you asked.
Didn't your grandmother say something at the funeral last night?
Well,
Yes.
if you said something about the Flamekeeper being forgiven, which implies wrongdoing, right? So maybe you witnessed like the oopsie moment where you're like, dang.
Oopsie.
Chances of her just finding out. Well, I guess you were trying to find out about the Flamekeeper, so maybe.
I was reading her note from Imran, so. And you said I pulled the Magician and the Fool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
where are the fools?
Yeah,
I'm like, I
magicians.
do have my tarot book, which is the guidebook if you want. I can see what, like I'm trying to remember what they mean off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean, you can interpret it however Aldra would interpret it.
Yeah, because the fool rests on the pinnacle of a decision. She is ready to dive out of her subconscious and into the physical world to transform from an animal into a human. She is carefree and excited by new life, regardless of warnings. So that's the fool. And the magician, which is also right next to it, because the fool is 0 and the magician is 1. The magician is a helping hand. She has the ability to change raw materials into something wonderful and dreaming into doing, but she is only the helping hand. It is up to the protagonist to use her support moving forward to do the right thing.
Who's the protagonist?
Well, I feel like we're all asking ourselves that question of who's the protagonist here, because
Right, well, maybe we won't get any answers tonight then.
it is only our second night together, so
But it's good to keep a pin in this.
yeah, try and learn as much as we can.
That's cool, you can do that too. So you can do bugs and cleaning and cards.
Yeah, and drunk people love cards.
Or do I know it, but I think my version of cards and your version of cards are a bit different.
Yeah, but they still both think they're fun.
That's true.
It's true.
We should see if we could make our cards go against each other in different ways.
Could try that.
Gil, where do you think I get the ability to heal things from?
Well, again, Dave wants to put it, catching up with scrapes.
You saw me cut me leg yesterday. Then
Right.
heal it in a second. You saw the light come from my hand.
Well, that's what happens when you practice something, you improve at it.
No.
Maybe you don't need bandages anymore because you're just so freaking good. You checking my intelligence?
Yeah, I am. Caught me.
All right then.
What?
If this guy, this god that you're so empowered by is so real, what's his name?
Aishuel.
Aishoel.
Yeah.
That's made up. Right. Aishoel?
I suppose at one point every name was made up when it first came into existence.
All right, thank you. There's my first point.
Your
Second
name
point.
was made up, Gil.
Well, that's true. Except my name, Gil, is also something that you find on a fish. So, something that's kind of always been around.
Crazy.
I know.
Anyway,
Fish are wild.
what's your next thing?
Next thing is, have you ever seen this guy?
No, Gil.
You've never seen this guy?
No, but I can feel him.
Right. So, like, is it like warm fuzzies inside?
No, it's like my arm glows and my eye fucking close, and the ability that I can slice my leg open right now and fucking heal it with a second.
Maybe you just become bioluminescent. I heard that once when I was offshore doing some fishing and stuff.
I think that just means light and not healing.
All right. So,
Fair.
maybe there's something else to explain that. You talked to him before? This Aishuel?
I've talked to him.
You talked back at him?
Not directly yet. It's only been like 4 months.
Right. And when you do this healing stuff,
Right.
you hear him like being like, "Oh, giving you the power to make your cut better," something like that.
No. Why would he be saying that?
Well,
If you gave me that hat and I start doing things with your hat on, am I going to hear you talking to me through that hat for what you gave me? No, he gave me this. So I don't hear him talking through it, but I know he gave it to me. I know you would give me that hat. But I don't hear you telling me, here goes Cal wearing that hat every time I put the hat on.
all I'm saying is like,
Hey, Aldra, when you're doing your flamey stuff, did someone give that to you?
No.
Like, hey, here, let me help you do that sort of thing.
No, not really. It's kind of came on naturally.
That's all right. Ayla,
Mm-hmm.
did anyone ever say like, hey, it's time to become a frog? Here we go. Come along.
Hey, Pop.
It's frog time.
No.
What happened?
I wanted to be like my grandmother.
So you could just like do it, right?
No, that's like druid is like what you
You would have learned how to do it by connecting with spirit and nature. So it's not divine.
yeah.
It is more primal in nature.
Yeah.
So she would have taught you to like, if the first time you would have turned into an animal, she would have had you follow that animal and act like that animal as you move through the woods and everything else like that. And so it is a connection of spirit.
What he said.
So when you believed you were a frog, you became a frog.
I guess.
Like walk like a frog, talk like a frog.
I'm pretty sure the saying is duck, but yes.
Well, frogs, first animal that came to mind. Maybe you just think you're glowing, so you glow.
Well, can you see I'm glowing, Gil?
Well, yeah.
Well, then it's not just me believing it. You can also see it.
Right, but I also saw her turn into a fish today.
But I bet you saw it when I walked in to that square. You didn't even know it was me, but you see a glowing eye. You didn't even know who it was, but it's just a thing without believing it. But you saw it, and then you believed it.
I'm just going to need an ounce more evidence before I decide to weigh my opinion on it.
I just don't understand where the skepticism comes from, Gil. You know that they were there. You know that this grandfather dealt with them.
Sure.
So then why is it so hard to believe that maybe some persisted?
Because how could they let this happen?
Now that's a better question, Gil.
If he's so cool, makes your eye glow, makes you heal stuff. Why there's so many sick people out there? Why there's so many people struggling with poverty, right? Why did we have to do what we did when we were kids?
I mean, they all have different domains, charge of different things, so I can't answer for all of them.
So what's yours? What's your domain? What's your thing?
He endures, Gil. When everybody else fails, he's there. And I think maybe that's why he's still potentially the only one here.
It's an incredibly convenient argument.
It's at this time the rain stopped for a while. And you've been hearing the crackle of the fire, and there's been white noise in the background for a long while. And as two of you are having this heated conversation around the fire, Ayla and Aldra, as you're sort of listening and tuning in and tuning out and getting tired from the end of the day, you just hear in the different distance. And that's when we're going to take our break.
Sick.
Break time.
What is that? Tell me.
Backwards. All right. We're back, and I'm eating a cookie.
Yours?
So, as you guys were having this heated debate about the existence of divinity, Aldra and Ayla, you heard coming from the trees just a as two swarms of giant mosquitoes come out of the trees, and let's see. I'm just going to reposition you a little bit so it makes more sense.
Mhm.
One comes out of this tree, and one comes out of this tree, and there are about a dozen fist-sized giant mosquitoes.
Too soon.
Damn.
She's covered in bug bites from her.
Kill takes a turn to throw up.
I'm going to go ahead
I hate
and
bugs.
switch our music to something a little less calm.
Get me amped up.
Turn up our
I have delicious, just soda water in my hand, and I'm ready to go.
And I'm going to go ahead and spend a fear to activate both of these swarms. So 2 fear. Because why not? We only live once. Let me turn the sound of that insect swarm a little bit because it's a little loud. There we go. All right. So they are both swarms are going to attempt to attack you both. Ayla, against you, that is a crit natural 20.
Let's go.
So that's great for me.
Sorry for
And bad for you. Okay, so that is 1d8 plus 3. So how crits work in Daggerheart is they are crunchy crits. So you do max dice and then you roll again and add that in. So it is already an 8 plus 2 plus 3. So that is 13 on your damage threshold.
How close are we? Would I be within very close range?
You are within very close range.
How do I mark?
So what is your thresholds?
7 and 14.
7 and 14. So it's in your medium threshold. So it is major damage, not severe damage. So you would take 2 hit points.
Can I use my ability, I am your shield, instead?
That's exactly what it is for.
Perfect.
Can you describe to us what that does?
Absolutely. Right, so as these bugs come out of nowhere, they start to swarm you, I'll be, well, at this point it's on the ground, grab my shield, and Ayla, I hope you didn't mark the slots yet, because I'm taking a hit. And grabbing you as I grab the shield and just kind of pivot myself in front, and the bugs that were going to bite you, I block with my shield.
Okay, so it's 13 damage against your thresholds instead. So you are safe. You don't have to worry about anything.
You can be close for that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Very, very close. So he's got to be within 10 feet.
mark a stress and make.
Spotlight whenever.
I mark a
What is
stress.
that?
You can pick spotlight whenever.
It's a reaction to do this.
Yeah.
So
I mark a stress. I become the target of the attacking set, and then I can mark as many armor slots as I want to lower this.
So what are your damage thresholds?
8 and 16.
Okay, so this would be major damage. So it would be 2. You could mark 2 armor if you wanted to take it all the way down to 0, or you could bring it down to minor and take 1 hit point.
Just because everyone's coming, I will only do 1, and I will take a hit.
Great. Okay, so the giant mosquitoes are going to mark a stress to force you to take an additional hit point of damage.
And that I don't have a say in.
Don't have a say in it. As you step in the way and you bash some of them out of their way, one of them lands on your arm and just starts immediately drinking your blood and you bugger.
Some of this, you definitely.
Yeah, you would definitely feel that. The other one is going to attack Ayla.
Ayla?
Or Aldous,
Okay,
we
I was like-
already did Ayla.
Fucking
That is
dog
going
pile on
to
you.
be a 16 against your evasion.
Okay, I have an 11 evasion.
Okay, so that is going to hit. It is going to be
Can I just make it this
9 physical damage.
Okay, so that's...
What are your thresholds?
It's just my wild touch. I can just summon a slight gust of wind.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
The two numbers there. It's like mine are 8 and 16 years apart. I think.
Oh, mine's 1 and 2, that's why.
Have
No,
you
that's
equipped
not
your armor?
I was like, no, but it also, it
Go to
says I
your-
don't
Go to your equipment.
Go into your equipment and make sure you click the box on your leather armor, as well as all of your other items that you might need.
You know,
like
I was
your
wondering
great
that
staff.
before, and I
Click
totally
on
forgot.
all.
Oh, got it. Cool, got it.
Okay.
Love that.
Yeah, so click all of this.
Thank you, Demiplane, for
Thanks,
for
really
your
appreciate it.
Yeah, you.
sponsors anytime.
That's fine.
So what are your damage thresholds?
No, you should have let me take the damage so I could do the magic damage.
Minus 7.
That counts as a damage.
Okay, so the
Well, you
major.
knew that, and we
So you
talked
could
about
take
it
2 hit
in
points,
the
or you
card.
could mark an armor slot to lower that down to minor, or you would take 1 hit.
Well, I will mark an armor slot
I'm
to
gonna
mark
give you
it down to
Okay.
1.
They are also going to mark a stress to force you to take an additional hit point of damage. So that's 2 hit points on you.
Okay.
That ends my spotlight. Passing over to you guys now. So no initiative. You can go in any order that you guys
Right.
want until you roll fear or fail a roll.
Can I just summon a gust of wind and try to pull them?
Sure. If you want to.
Okay. It's just wild touch. I don't know what to do for that.
Getting character with
It is a harmless effect, so it would not
Ah.
blow them away.
Darn it.
If I'm going to use my bamfing axe, would the swarm count as one?
As swarms,
As a target?
Swarms count as a single target.
Single target. Okay. Okay. Realistically, if you guys are okay, I would like to go start swinging. Okay. I'm swinging at the swarm right in front of me. Let's do weapons. And this is still with the
Everything you guys
Everything,
roll. Yeah. I roll with d20s, you roll with d12s.
Show our movement actions.
So you can move within close range, which is 10 to 30 feet. No problem, as long as you take an action. If you don't take an action and you just want to move, then you roll, if you're under stress or danger or whatever, you roll an agility roll against their difficulty. It's like, because there's no attacks of opportunity, so agility rolls are how you move around. But also, like, if you want to dash, you can just move 30 feet, and then you can roll an agility roll to double move.
But I can just move, like, everyone's just got 30 feet.
Everyone's got
They wanna
30
do something.
everyone's got, like, close range movement, essentially.
I got, and that was 14 plus my 2, 16 with hope.
16 with hope hits. Go ahead and mark a hope.
That was a 1d8 plus 1.
Against the one that's attacking.
Right in front of me.
Ayla. Okay.
Yeah. Where's my 8?
I love that your mini has your character sitting. It's
It's
like, I've never
so
seen
great.
someone choose that option.
Same.
I was saying that when I was printing it.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never printed a sitting character.
Hold it up to the camera.
But I was like,
Let the people see.
I was like, all it is technically like a reference.
I don't know if it's even showing on camera, but it is.
She was going to have
There
her
you go.
holding a hot dog stick.
Yeah, over a campfire. I am the group cook.
God damn it. 1 plus 1. I can use my... Yeah, I'm going to use my Seaborn token. That's when I rolled with fear. Whenever I roll with fear, I get to add a token. I can gain a +1 to the roll for each token spent on an action. Oh shit, this is not an action.
So 2 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay, that's in their minor threshold, so they will go ahead and mark 1 hit point of damage. As you just, one of the mosquitoes in the swarm just falls out of the air.
Then I'm going to mark a stress and attack the one that's attacking Aldra.
Okay, what's the range on that?
We need to quit close range.
Close range, yep.
Yeah.
Definitely within close range.
Okay, so I'll mark the stress, and then it just uses the same roll.
Uses the same roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will also mark a hit point on the other swarm of giant mosquitoes. As 2, and then your axe back in your hand. And that was with hope, so it's still your guys' turn.
I would like to cast Wild Flame.
Okay.
Can I only, as it says, so that I can hit up to 3 adversaries within melee range?
So melee is 5 feet around you, so
Cool.
it's just the one.
So I can just
swarm
hit the
right
one.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Do it.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna try and set all those motherfuckers on fire. Because skeeters suck.
Especially right now. If you
Yeah,
live in
especially-
Canada, they are bad.
They are so bad right now. Okay,
Show them.
cool.
I'll show them.
Cool. So,
Fuck.
So I believe that's a spellcast roll.
yes.
So that would be with your knowledge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Totally. I do love it.
14 with help.
14 with hope. Go ahead and mark a hope. A 14 is a hit, so go ahead and roll damage.
Dope. And targets take 2d6 damage. 8.
8 points of damage
Work.
is major for
Hell yeah.
this swarm.
Fuck yeah.
So they will mark 2 hit points.
Cool. And then I think I also have to mark a stress because
What does your wild flame look like?
think especially.
Oh no! Okay, no!
Okay.
I don't even know how that fell.
That was crazy.
It said, that's
It's the
enough.
mosquitoes.
Goddamn mosquitoes!
Their wings are making it windy.
This is also a temporary place for this battle king.
That's fair. Yeah, I think also in this moment she's just like, motherfucker. And I think she just like points out her hand and shoots fire out of her open palm.
Just like regular burning red fire.
Yeah, but like sometimes when fire's real hot and it's like blue in the middle, instead it's green.
Love
Nice.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this greenish red fire just out of Aldra's hands and just like and half the swarm just like ignites and like flies off and falls and
Yeah.
and like the goes to
Burn these bastards, Aldra.
Jeffrey, shouldn't you be eating this shit? I don't eat bugs!
I like hot dogs.
I like food.
so that was a roll with hope, so it is still your guys' turn.
Well, on that account then, I'm going to pull my dagger. And I'm going to toss it towards the ones that were attacking Uldra.
Okay.
$18 with fear.
18 is a hit.
All right. I'm going to sneak attack.
Okay.
9 damage.
9 damage. 9 damage is their severe threshold.
Hell yeah. Way to go, Gil.
As I pull my dagger out, and I'm going to give it a little kiss. I'm just going to say, these guys suck. Let's make sure that we don't let them do it any longer, eh? Tatiana. And then I'll throw my dagger and just like skewer a couple of them.
Totally. You throw your dagger into this swarm, and the way it spins manages to catch the last couple of the mosquitoes that are in this swarm, ending the lives of this swarm. But what you miss, because you're so busy focusing on these creatures, is you don't feel the ground rumbling beneath your feet as another creature bursts out of the ground beneath you. Larger, subterranean, almost like antlion-esque with large pincers on the front of it. Its body coated in this steaming yellow ichor that just burns your nostrils immediately as this thing bursts out of the ground beneath you. I need you to make an agility reaction roll for me.
So yeah, as my dagger flies through the air, I'm just going to snap. It'll reappear in my hand after spewing those mosquitoes. I'm just going to say, buddy, you need to take a friggin' bath. And then agility is a 13. But you know what? I'm actually going to use my feline instincts to re-roll.
Wait, I can give some plus ones with.
It's too late. He's done it now.
16.
16 is enough to not be knocked prone. But it is going to go ahead and attack you with that fear. It is going to spit acid at you. That is a 12.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Nice.
Okay. This creature has relentless, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend another fear to activate it and spotlight it again. As it's going to spit acid again. That is a 21.
That one will.
That one
Burn those fear,
hit.
baby.
Great. I mean, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
The first one misses, and I'm just going to be like, oh, you're going to have to do better than that. And then I'm going to be just...
Immediately.
You say that, and it just like plants its legs and just and just spits acid up into your face. That's a good roll. For 12 points of physical damage, and you must mark an armor slot without receiving its benefits.
Dang.
I would like to use my prayer dice to reduce that by 1. damage.
If you want to, absolutely.
1 damage category.
No, one
One damage.
One damage.
So it's
So it
11
goes from
damage.
12 to 11.
Nice. 12 is my severe threshold.
All right. So that's major damage against you.
2 HP and I lose an armor slot.
2 HP and you lose an armor slot. Yes. And you know what? Because I can activate this guy 3 times in a turn.
Do it. Let's go,
ahead
baby.
and go again.
Let's freaking go.
What a cool mechanic, the fear note. I love it.
That is
Yeah.
a 17 hit.
That does hit.
It does hit again as it spits acid at you one more time.
Could I use my unique wizard feature of not this time and spend 3 help to force an adversary to reroll an attack or damage roll?
Absolutely, you can.
Oh,
Sick.
yeah.
Okay.
You've
Makes
got
it
the
10
hope to
times better.
spend.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
8
4.
crits.
I got 6. I'm like, motherfucker!
That is only a 12.
Doesn't hit.
Nice.
Woo!
Let's go.
Great. That's wonderful. Okay.
Nice work.
What do you
Yeah,
do
how's that?
to...
Oh,
Not
God.
today,
Yeah. Not today. Satan just hits him with her fucking staff and it's just like redirects his
I love
spit
it.
to
Yeah,
the
it's just
wall.
going to spit acid and you just sort of
Yeah.
like hit it on one of its like mandibles on its
Yeah.
head and it just sort of like sprays off to the side.
Yeah.
I could like wipe the spray from my eyes, so I'm just like kind of like masked, but it's just like the rest of my face is covered in stuff. I'm just gonna say, thank you so much.
Sticking to your mind chops. Just like,
There's a slight glow in that stuff you wiped off.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you believe in that?
All of my blackheads are gone.
I'm going to go ahead and spend another feeling.
God damn.
And I'm going to activate the second one of these. It is going to burst out of the ground behind Ava.
I'm confused with my stuff.
Yeah.
When it says like within like far range, does that mean like the
Far range is
farthest?
30 to 100 feet.
But can I hit things
Closer
within
as well.
close?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Okay,
anything
I was
that's
like, well, I
anything that's at
can't
the
do-
max damage of that, or max range rather of that.
Okay, I'm sitting here like I can only reach things that are super far away,
No, no.
so I'm gonna have to like run
You can reach
away.
close and far. You're
Run
good.
away, that is-
Don't worry, guys. I'll hit them too.
I'm part of this fight, I swear.
She's not coming back, is she?
Yeah, I'm like,
I need you to make an agility reaction roll for me. So 2d12 plus your agility. Doesn't matter if you have hope or fear. You're just trying to hit a DC on this. The DC is 14. Not so good.
You don't want to know.
All right, Ayla is
Less
knocked,
than half.
Ayla is knocked prone
Well,
as this acid burrower bursts out of the ground, burning your nostrils with its horrible ichor. And that means you are vulnerable for this attack. So I get to roll this attack with advantage.
Shield, baby.
ruh-roh.
I'm good with that.
That's a crit. So that is going to be 2d6 is the dice for this. So it's going to start with 12 damage, and then I'm going to add to it.
Mhm.
That is 21 damage.
Can I do not this time again? If I still have...
Well, okay.
If you still have hope.
Okay.
But I mean, it'd be 3 hit points,
Yeah.
and you lose an armor.
But wait, Kate, is that little armor, is it supposed to be
Yeah.
full, or is it supposed to be
It's supposed to be
0
full.
and then you fill it?
And you fill it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could mark off your armor because you can still. So you're going to lose an armor from the acid as it burns away at your armor. But you can choose to mark another armor to knock it down a damage threshold if you want.
Mhm.
So it would go from severe to major if you use that armor.
I would like to take the hit. Metagaming. I know you have stuff too.
We're new to Daggerheart
We
in
are.
combat. We could definitely metagame a little bit here.
This is a lot of damage, and I can mark multiple slots.
Yes, please, because you're also going to lose one just by default.
Yeah.
Lose all your armor. Do it. Make me happy.
I got all these feet.
Not much. I burned.
How many
I burned 8
bugs
or
are
9 or
around
7
here?
here already.
Trillions.
Don't ask.
But we do know that I can
You can
activate
take
these
it if
guys
you
multiple
want.
times.
Okay. I am activating I am your shield again.
Okay, so go ahead and mark is it stress for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, mark your stress.
And thematically, you falling prone as this thing comes out really triggers that church scene with the kids crying. And where he grabs him and kind of like puts his body between them and the flames. That's what he's going to do after he like swinging around, watches them, sees that thing come up. Basically just going to tuck and roll and just no shield, just back right to this bug.
Okay, so you watch this huge bug just burst out of the ground behind Ayla. And as she falls over and the dirt clods just sort of like burst up into the air, they're lit by the flickering fire of your campfire. And in that moment, you just sort of go white and you flash back to that moment. And you just step and move in front. So it's 21 points of damage. You lose an armor slot automatically.
I'm for sure going to mark one. I'm going to mark two, so that brings it back down to minor.
Okay.
So I'll mark one more HP slot.
Okay. I'm going to activate it another time to attack you. Actually, no, it's still going to attack you because you're vulnerable. You're down on the ground. It doesn't make sense to attack anybody else. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
There's really only so much I can do here.
Yes.
That is going to be 11 points of physical damage, and you automatically mark an armor slot.
Are we allowed to ask what each other's damage thresholds are?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to ask those questions.
What are your thresholds?
7 and 14.
14. And that's at 11.
This
so
is 11. So
marking one off wouldn't do anything. It's already in the...
This would, yeah.
But,
this would be
okay. He's in...
Very close. Melee range, yes.
He is in melee. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to mark a stress to channel my fire in whatever.
Your fire in whatever. Got it.
Something. I can't.
Spell skill.
So you take 1d10 magic damage.
Okay. What does that look like
Nice.
as you channel your elemental incarnation of fire?
Yes. I think the fire is going to have more of like a green hue, and it'll just kind of come out of like the palms of my hands. But because I'm taking the damage at the same, or like it hits me and then I'm immediately doing it, it's kind of like a push, I guess. And then it's just kind of coming out. And it's not like the fire's hitting you. It's just in my palms, but like you're feeling it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so the acid burns onto your skin and just this heat just radiates from you. So go ahead and roll your 1d10 damage.
1.
1 damage.
I did all that for nothing.
It's still a minor hit. It's still a minor hit. So it's going to go ahead and mark 1 hit point for that.
I'm going to do that one.
And I'm going to pass it back to you guys at this point in time.
Am I still laying on the ground?
You are still prone. Yes, you'll have to get up on
We're kind of working in duos here.
Yeah.
I've got enough hope that I would love to do a tag team with you.
So tag teams is how they work.
can-
You both do your attacks and then you combine the damage together and you can make it all thematic. So it's like you could do something and then he can wing his axe through your
I can
damage.
restrain them with my vines.
Sure, yeah, we could. Well,
Yeah.
we could figure it out. But we combine damage basically.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a. No, if you're.
Vicious Entangle does damage as well.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Perfect
Yeah.
then.
Mhm.
Okay, so go ahead and make your spell cast roll and you make your attack roll. And when you're doing a tag team, you get to take the higher or the more advantageous. So if you both roll with fear, but one's a success and one's not, you both take
Nice.
whatever roll that you
Okay.
choose.
Other people?
Jesus.
I have a 10 with hope, which is not great. Oh, that's +1.
Well,
That's
with my-
11.
I have a 10 with fear.
God damn.
You can add experiences to these rolls.
Not to
You
other
can
people.
use your
I would actually
abilities.
I do feel
I will
like.
say
But
the
it's
DC to
13.
hit this is 14.
Yeah, I
and
can
you have
make
a
that.
10,
I
so-
can make it.
Okay.
10 with hope.
just because I want this tag team to land. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to give up the difficulty.
I would love to. Well, I'm going to burn 3 for my tag team. And I'm going to burn 1 more for my experience of Pillar's Vow.
Okay.
Which I feel like I was embodying when I went down.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. To
take the hit.
put yourself in front of that damage.
I'm going to be bearing this load.
Yes.
So that'll be a +2. Then I'm going to use my last prayer dice. So that's a +3 now.
That puts it at 15 with hope, which is enough.
What?
+3, right? Oh no, it's +3. So that's 13.
Yeah. But I had rolled with fear before in my Seaborn community.
You did. And
Whenever I roll with fury. Yeah.
So that's just enough for 14. So you could both mark a hope. Because that's a 14 with hope. Now go ahead and roll your damage and you will combine that damage.
1d8.
Where'd my D8 go?
1d8.
I always wanted to describe a D8 as 2 pyramids, butt to butt.
Yeah.
1d8. 1d8 plus 1. So just
Yeah.
plus
Man, I'm rolling low today. With my +1 is 4.
6.
So that's 10.
Yeah.
Which puts it in its major threshold. So it is going to take 2 points of damage. And then I want you two to describe thematically how the vicious entangle and the attack, like what does this look like as the two of you do this at the same time?
I would have to go. What are you doing?
I'm already standing, and you're kind of
No, like what are you doing to it?
Well, swinging my axe.
Okay, well that's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say. Okay. Can I be like getting up at the time, or do I have to like?
Yeah, it's your turn now. So
Okay.
absolutely, you could be
I
standing
was like,
during
am I
this
still
action.
laying here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, kind of like as I'm on like one knee, I'll kind of just like push at the ground and it'll make like roots and whatnot come out and it'll just kind of wrap around the bug. And yeah, it restrains him.
Okay.
So
So it is restrained, which I think gives it vulnerability as well. Is that right?
Read it. It should say on there. Does it do
It doesn't say.
No, it just restrains. Okay. I'm restrained.
Temporarily
When
restrained.
you gain the restrained condition, you can't move until this condition is cleared, but can still take actions. Okay, great.
Okay.
Great. So restrained, and then
I'm going to go with 4 points of damage. Realistically, I'm just going to hit me with my hilt of my axe.
I mean, this thing is covered in chitinous armor, so it could just be like
That's
you're just
true, yeah.
like cracking the armor.
Yeah, I'll try to find like a bend or like a break in his back armor.
Ooh.
Miss.
Wait.
What?
Would my experience of that knowing where to cook or cut and hit apply to
Just
this
Technically,
bug?
yes, but that was for when you would use that for the hit, and you guys have already hit. So save the hope.
Yeah.
But that's exactly how you could use
I
that.
was like, I don't know how often I was hitting giant
No,
acid
but it'd be
throwing
like
bugs.
A
but-
lobster or whatever, that sort of thing. Is like knowing where the armor segments and stuff
Yeah.
like that. 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then as I peek over to her as she's standing up, I'm going to mark another stress and attack that bug swarm with my axe again.
Okay.
And because I'm just going to look at her, she like stands up as and then look up, and then the swarm's right behind her, and then I'm just going to look.
4
And then
damage
bring it back.
under them.
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to go ahead and mark 1 hit point for that. Perfect. Okay. Still your guys' turn. That was a roll with hope.
First tag team.
I have a question about primary secondary.
I also had a question about
I couldn't
primary
find it
secondary.
anywhere. Is it just like you can make an attack with one or the other?
I mean,
How is-
generally secondary weapons just improve. Like, so a shield gives you armor. Sometimes like you get like a small knife or whatever, and it says it gives you like a +1 in damage to your main weapon. What is your secondary?
Mine is the grappler. So on successful attack, you can pull a target. So I was just curious, like, can I attack with both
as
So
like a dual
you
wield.
generally always attack with your primary, I believe, and then but you can have the secondary effect. If you land your attack, then you could be like, I shoot out my grappler and I pull it or something like that. Because it just says on a successful attack. It doesn't have to be an attack
Okay.
with the grappler.
Okay, so it's like kind of just there to like grab me
Extra stuff.
additional effect.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, because with your primaries and secondaries, you can get all creative with all the different classes.
That makes it easy.
Okay, cool. Those other giant mosquitoes are still up, right?
There is one swarm of mosquitoes left and then the 2 burrowers. Yeah.
Okay, I am going to toss my dagger at the mosquito.
Okay.
It is a 22 with hope.
22 definitely hits. Go ahead and mark your hope.
Okay. And that's 12 damage.
That is in their severe threshold, so they're going to go ahead and mark 3 points. Describe to me how you bring this horde from, it started at around 30 of these fist-sized mosquitoes, and you brought it down to it started at 20 and you brought it down to 5. How does this returning blade just decimate this swarm?
Yeah, so I think like I see this big bug in front of me, and I just like look over my shoulder and I see that Cal and Ayla are just getting attacked by 2, and I'm just gonna make a call here, and then do a classic, one of Gil's classic moves. I'm just gonna take my dagger and throw it, and then as it is just spinning through the air, it cleaves 2 of them, and then I'm just gonna like slightly manipulate the returning property so it like blinks out just for like a millisecond, and as it's on its way back, it just pops back out of whatever like subliminal realm it's in, and just cuts through another like 5 of them, and then it blinks out again, and then it appears back.
Love it. Great. Huge hit.
And then as I do that, and I see that a bunch of those have been cleared out, I'm just going to look over to all of them. I'm just going to say, I can barely see right now, so I'm going to need you to help me out with this thing.
Okay. If I'm using my great staff, can I can still cast magic and stuff with it, or is it like if I'm using my staff, I can only like hit stuff with it?
I mean,
Like it's still
mechanically, if you're hitting something with your great staff, it's a hit.
Right.
But if you just want to channel magic through it thematically for flavor, then that totally works.
cool. Because if I use my great staff, there's some features that could also work. So I think I want to point my great staff at the guys behind Gil.
Okay.
And cast Wild Flame again.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're trying to use the powerful of your great staff, that you have to hit with your great staff.
Yeah, it has to be a successful attack.
Yeah, but you can't use like Wild Flame. It's just whapping it with your great
got
staff
it.
to
Cool,
use
cool,
the feature of a weapon.
Cool, got it. Okay, well then, I'll just whack it with a weapon. Cool.
Because like your great staff doesn't necessarily have to be a whap. It could just be like a little bit of magic comes out of it. It can be whatever, because it can go very far. Right. But so it could be like a firebolt, or it could be a swarm of bugs, or it could be whatever.
Right.
But it's like you're rolling that, not the magic for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Then I guess she'll attack that way. Gotta respect the cock.
Gotta honor the cock.
Gotta honor the cock. Okay. That is I know how to do math. That is a 23 with fear.
23 definitely hits.
Also, I think face your fear. When you succeed with fear on an attack roll, you deal an extra 1d10 magic damage.
Gotta love War Mage.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know how to read. Okay. So then
Now I roll damage again. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
With that additional damage.
Cool.
Yeah. And then with your feature from your great staff, you can re-roll the damage.
Okay. Cool. So then it's just the 2d12s and then the 1d10. Is that what it is?
So for your great staff, it's a d6 magic damage. And on a successful attack roll, you roll an additional die and then discard the royals. So we're lower. So you roll 2d6.
Okay.
And you get rid of the lower of the two.
Okay.
And then you add in your, I think it's a d12 or d10 for your...
D10.
Yeah.
Cool.
So 2d6 plus 1d10.
Cool.
For that memory.
What? It's wood.
She's casting magic at it.
Oh,
It does magic damage.
Okay, that's fine.
And it takes both hands, so she can't wield anything else when she's holding her great sword.
8.
8 damage total. All right. That just pushes it into its major threshold, so it will take 2 hit points.
Nice.
Cool.
And that was with fear, so I will take that fear, and it turns the activation back to me. Okay, let's go mosquitoes first. They're going to go after Ayla because she's right in front of them. That is a 13 to hit
And that's against your evasion.
against your evasion. Yeah,
Yeah, that is.
that hits. Okay, because the swarm has been reduced to less than half of its hit points, it now does 1d4 damage instead of 1d8 damage. So it is going to do 2 points of damage to you.
Nice.
Are you just going to take the damage? So it'd be 1 hit point because it'd be below your minor threshold. Or you can mark an armor to make it none.
No, I'll take it and then deal the magic damage again.
Great. Okay, so as they die, they're going to use the reaction. Because you took a hit point, it's going to mark a stress to force you to take an additional hit point as well. They're going out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
They're going out in a blaze of glory.
Okay, so it's so.
First combat we did with mosquitoes.
2.
Her grandma's back there.
2 points of damage.
Yeah.
That is enough. Describe to me how you finish off the last 5 mosquitoes in this swarm.
Took off 5 mosquitoes.
True to the elements here.
I think, well, it's going to be the same, like, greeny kind of fire out of the punks. The same thing. But because it's the last ones, they just kind of like, their sound just kind of stops and they just kind of like shrivel up and then just fall to ash.
I love it. So it's just and then finally they just go silent, and then the last one that just drank the blood out of you just goes, and then you just watch as the blood vaporizes off into the air as the corpse hit the ground. I'm going to go ahead and activate an acid burrower. We're going to go ahead and attack Gil.
Oh.
Not the wooden
That
one.
is a 15 against your evasion.
Needs a beat.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay. And that was going to hit me.
Okay. Not a great damage roll. That is going to be 6 points of acid damage as it spits acid against you, and you automatically mark an armor slot.
And then if it is 6, then it's in my major.
Meets
right?
it, beats it for
So
thresholds.
I'm
as
going to
well.
burn another armor
Okay, so that'll be 2
to
armor.
just take the 1.
Okay. And then the 1 is going to attack Cal, because why not? Why don't I just burn all my fear and do it? That is a 17 against your evasion.
Against my 8 evasion.
He's a big boy. Ooh, that's better. That
That's
is
what I like to hear.
12 points of damage, and you automatically mark an armor slot. And if you don't have an armor slot, then it's an additional hit point.
That is
And
my
you-
last armor slot. And then I mark 2 hit points.
So you had to take an extra hit point on that, or that was in your major threshold.
That's my major because it's 8 and 16, so 12. So.
Perfect. I just need to know because if you didn't have the armor, then I get an extra sphere.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that was my last armor slot.
Okay.
So I'll be anybody's shield.
And then I'm gonna end there. So it's back to you guys.
Okay.
I don't want to be the first every time, so somebody else can.
I know, like,
Can I cast Unleash Chaos
100%. You can cast Unleash Chaos.
on? Okay, wait. It's just the 2 bugs.
It's the two big boys that are left. Yeah.
Okay.
How's he looking?
And hold.
Both of them are looking pretty okay.
So,
Cracks in their chitinous armor, but one is only taken 2 hit points and one is taken 3. I'll tell you how
I
many.
could die.
Okay. And so this one's in like melee, and then is the other one in?
Close.
Dang, so not very close.
Yeah, very close is like 10 feet.
Damn. Okay. Whatever. I will.
If you moved, so like if you went here,
Is that beneficial for you?
they're both within 10 feet.
Can I go first?
Sure.
I'm gonna. What does your Unleash Chaos look like? Because you need him to be very close. Or close.
No. They can be within far, but I was also with my elemental incarnation. When I deal damage to an adversary within melee, all other adversaries within very close range must mark a strength.
So you prefer.
So she needs one in melee and one very close.
Okay, so very close is 10 feet.
Very close is 10 feet.
Okay, then, and if I move, is that I'm still confused. Is it my action? Or can I move and attack?
If you were to
within 30
move
feet.
away from that creature, then you make an agility roll to move away from it, and then you can attack. Because you're in danger, you've got to do that. If you succeed, you move. It's no problem. But you can still do an action. There's no you can do a million things on your turn if you want to, but for narrative.
Then I'll do that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move over here.
Okay, so go ahead and make an agility.
That's a crit. 2 9s.
Great. So clear a stress, mark a hope,
Oh, yeah.
and explain how you deftly move around the fire and everything else like that.
Yeah, so Gil is actually not the most agile man, but just in this heat of battle moment, he's gonna just absolutely back handsprings, and as he back handsprings, his hat is gonna fall onto the ground. And as his toes kick up, the hat's gonna fly in the air and just land back on the top of his head.
Love it.
He's a performer.
Yeah. And as he does so, he's then going to just take his hat back off and bow to that bug. And he's going to say, "It was a pleasure doing this with you, but I would rather give you get with someone else." So, and I'm going to throw my returning blade at him.
Okay.
It's going to be a 15 with hook.
15 hits. Go ahead and mark another hope.
Okay. And then I'm going to sneak attack my returning blade, which is going to be 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
But then, as my returning blade goes out and it hits it, and it kind of watches my returning blade spin off into the distance before it snaps back to me.
Nobody is within melee range of that creature.
Oh, you're totally right.
Yeah.
So -1. I only rolled a 1.
Okay, so 5 damage. Okay.
As the dagger is spinning off into the distance, and kind of looks at it, and then it vanishes and looks back at me. It's just going to see as my grappler is flying towards it, and it's going to pull it within melee range of me.
Amazing.
Nice. That gets some both close.
Okay.
Nice move.
Okay, now I hope.
I fear.
Okay, so I am making I have to do a spell casting roll with 2. Wait, okay, the spellcast roll is just a normal roll, right?
Yeah.
Spellcast roll is with your instinct. Yeah. 2d12 plus your
Yeah.
instinct because your spellcast trait.
Okay, yeah.
You both looked away at the same time.
9.
I hate to see it.
I hate to see
I hate
it.
to see it. With hope or with fear?
Hope.
With hope. Okay, so go ahead and mark a hope. Fortunately, it does not hit.
Yeah.
That is a failure, which turns it back to me.
I'm sorry. And I have no tip.
I don't have a lot to do because I don't have a lot of fear left because I've spent it all already. So it is just going to go ahead and attack with its claws against Cal.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I can only take 2 hit points.
That is a 21.
Get ahead.
Can I not this time again?
You have hope.
Yes,
No,
I
wait,
do.
wait. Save it, because I have an
Okay.
8 evasion, so he's probably going to hit regardless.
Cool. So
Can you not this time damage rolls?
No, I think it's just attacks.
attack or damage?
Oh, then yes, you can do it on
Save it for the
Gosh.
damage.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
save it for the damage.
Because I never got to
Unless-
heal myself during our little thing. I was going to whole thing.
It is 7 points of damage.
Oh,
Physical damage
yeah, I'll take
against
that.
you.
That's 1. Yeah, I still got 1 left.
Then never mind.
I'm going to mark a fear to just have it go again.
Yes.
Because Cal is looking
Yeah.
so hurt.
Really love that.
Got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, I am 1 hit point away.
That is a 14 to hit.
Gonna hit. I'm gonna go ahead and blaze the glory first on that.
That is a 8 points of damage.
So are you now?
yeah, oh, yeah.
How many points you got left?
1.
I don't have anything now.
Listen, do something.
Cool.
I could not this time on the damage roll. But that also makes
He's going
him
to take 1 hit
reroll.
point
Yeah.
regardless.
Okay, well then never mind, because if he rerolls.
Yeah.
I have nothing to help you.
All right.
I wanted to do mending touch on myself last turn.
Cow goes down. As this thing just leaps onto his body, just with 2 big mandibles just pulling at his corpse, just tearing armor and flesh off of him. I am out of fear. It is your turn.
How do can I feed healing potions?
Where's she going? It's our turn. Die in here.
You know what? I don't know, so let me look it up. How consumables work.
Yeah.
Equipment. Consumables.
Does my small bag of rocks and bones do? Not having any healing stuff is getting used to because I was the healer. Last time.
Inconclusive?
It's on massively. For that to be a thing.
What's that?
I feel like that's a huge leap for that to be a thing.
I don't think it's a huge leap. I don't see anything about whether you could. Does it say anything in the potion or no?
It literally just says consumable.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull up the consumable rules real quick. Oops. Consumables. They can be used once. You can hold 5 of each consumable at a time. Rules in real time, baby. I mean, it doesn't say one way or the other way. Using a consumable doesn't typically require a roll unless stated. Under certain circumstances, the GM may have you make an action roll to use a consumable, even if an action roll isn't noted in this blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I would say you would, in order to try to pour a health potion down Cal's throat while he is being actively mauled and eaten by this acid burrower, I would say that you would have to make probably an agility roll to do it against the creature's difficulty.
Yeah. Use my feline instincts. 11.
11 is not enough. With fear, with hope.
Use your not today, Satan.
With hope.
Yeah, but
So I'll say you don't drop the potion, you go to do it, and it's just moving too much and you can't get it in his mouth. So you won't use the consumable, but you cannot get it into his mouth
Is an action.
as your action.
Okay. And I'm just like no one's really seen Gil flustered because no one's seen him interact with the thing. But in this moment, she's like, Cal, Cal, this bug, just, Cal, no!
So Cal, it is your turn. You can Blaze of Glory.
I'm not going to.
To embrace death and go in a Blaze of Glory, take an action that becomes a crit. You can risk it all. Roll your duality dice. If hope is higher, you stay on your feet and you clear amount of hit points and stress equal to the value of the hope. If you roll fear, you did. You can avoid death, which you roll your hope die. If its value is equal to or under your level, so you have to roll a 1, you gain a scar, you drop unconscious, and you temporarily work with me and we figure out what that is. You may not move or act, blah, 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 blah. So you can just go unconscious if you like.
I'm going to for this one.
And gain a scar. Roll your roll a d12. Roll your hope die, because if you roll a 1,
Wait, what? I thought if I roll the 1, I get a scar.
oh yeah. So what happens if you don't roll a 1?
I think he's just out of the combat.
Yeah, if its value is equal to or under your character's level, they gain a scar. So I need to roll a 1 out of 12 to gain a scar, which gets higher as you obviously level up.
Because otherwise he's just like...
Right, so you're just unconscious.
I will be damned. That's a 1.
All right.
That is so shitty that I've already done 1 hope.
But that's also kind of cool.
No, it's not, Skill.
Then you're going to get a scar.
I have a whole... Whatever.
Gil's out here.
I have worse than a
Look on the
scar.
bright
I have
side.
a fake arm.
Yeah, we figure out there's any scars on that.
You're going to permanently cross out a hope slot.
Yeah.
So your max hope is now 5.
That does.
Yeah. This thing is starting to drag Cal's body away, but it is still your turn because the last roll was with hope.
I'm gonna try and entangle it again. Please.
Oh, it's still entangled. So it's not trying to drag his body away because I have not ended the entangle on this thing. So because with restrain, I believe I have to choose to remove it. Let me see. When you gain the restraint condition, you can't move until this condition is cleared. And in order for me to clear a condition, I think I have to spend a fear. Yes, I have to spend a fear. Oh no, I can spend a fear to end it at any point in time, but because it's restrained, it is still restrained. It has not done anything, it hasn't used its action or anything to remove it, so it is still restrained.
Okay.
So it is not dragging him away, but it is tearing into his body.
Then I'm going to mark a stress, regain my tokens, and try again with this chaos.
Okay.
19 with fear.
19 hits, so go ahead and roll your damage.
So it's, and because I spent both. Zero is a 10.
A 0 is a 10. Yeah.
15.
15 is pretty good.
Nice.
That is its severe threshold, so it takes 3 points of damage. Go ahead and let me know what this looks like.
This one's gonna be kind of like light coming from her chest. It's gonna be like purpley hues and green hues and blues and what will depend on her feelings in the moment. And right now she's like stressed, so it's like dark colors, like dark purples or whatever. And it just kind of like chaotically, that's the name, like wraps like kind of like tornadoes around him or the bug. And then just kind of like is absorbed into him, and then he takes
I love it. Yeah, these tornadoes are sort of like whipping around the creature, and then in it, the cracks in its chitin, the wind just sort of inside of it, and then you just see from the inside it just go, and it's like spider web cracks go all over the entire armor of this creature. Okay, that was with fear. So, seeing the tide turn, this guy's gonna work down under the ground. It disappears. I'm out of fear. It's your turn.
I'm gonna immediately just run up to where Gil is.
Yep.
Or not Gil, Cal. And I'm just gonna immediately use my pick and pull ability to try and steal Cal's unconscious body from his body.
Okay. Read me the ability.
I have advantage on action rolls to pick non-magical locks, disarm non-magical traps, or steal items from a target either through stealth or by force.
I would say he's not an item because he's not yet a corpse.
Okay.
He's got a
limp.
wood arm.
Like, is he not just like getting like dragged?
Well, he's currently like pinned in this thing's mandibles.
Because if I can't do that, then does he count as someone who's in melee range?
Yeah, he definitely counts as somebody within melee range.
Okay, then I will just.
Me?
No.
Oh,
What?
oh, that's like,
That's it. I've had enough of
You
you.
know what? I don't like this guy.
I was getting sick and tired of shit.
14.
14 is exactly its difficulty. Okay. That's great. 5 damage. That's its minor threshold or minor wound, so it takes 1 hit point. This thing is looking fucked up, especially after that hit from Ayla. With all these cracks, like you're literally just like cutting like armored chitin off of this thing.
Yeah.
It's just like it's oozing, and it's just like it's in the final moments of its life.
Okay.
Was your attack with hope or with fear?
Hope.
Okay.
And I will also say that like Gil, he's been using his dagger's like return ability this whole time. Now he is just like in there. He's like grabbing like the hooked top of this creature and he's just like, let him go!
Love it. You're just getting sprayed with all of this like gross ichor that is coming out of its body. It goes with hope. It is still your activation.
If I use Wild Flame on the creature, do I just hit the creature, or do I also?
To the best of my ability would just be it's 3 adversaries. So your friends are not your adversaries.
Great.
Unless you don't like any of them.
Yes, we're about to find out.
Okay, cool. Then,
So you move up to it? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's within-
Yeah, because I'm over there. The other one burrowed away, and I went, "What the fuck?"
And then so I'm gonna cast Wild Flame on it. It's a 9 with hope. So
That is unfortunately a miss, but you do get to mark a hope.
cool. I also have a separate question.
Yeah.
Because she does have Mystery Mist, and I was going to use it earlier when there was a whole bunch of us, and then see if I could cast it, and then we could fuck out of there. But it says the fog heavily obstructs the area and everything in it, so I was wondering if, like, then do the creatures disappear and then we can't see them anymore?
So heavily
Because I also tried to click on it, and then it says under construction, so...
I just did the exact same thing. So, someone pass me the book, and we'll do it old.
I just wanted to check. I was like, if I decided to cast Mist, is that going to fuck us all, or is that in our...
Thankfully, Darrington Press, thanks Darrington Press, wrote a really great index in this book. So
Sponsor us here.
heavily obscure.
This episode is brought to you by Darrington Press, whether they like it or not.
So what was your question, sorry?
I just wanted to see, like, Mystery Mist, like, if I cast it, would it fuck all of us over? Like, wouldn't be able to see these creatures anymore, or would it really...
You wouldn't be able to see it. It wouldn't be able to see you. So
we're all
basically,
blind.
everybody goes
Cool.
blind.
Great. Just wanting to
Yeah.
check how that worked. Okay. Cool. Well, cool. My hit didn't work there.
Okay. That is a failure, but I am out of fear, so I have nothing I can do. I burned all my fear. I don't think that I get to do anything, but I'll double check just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I have to spend a fear to activate. Making GM. Here we go. It can be good. It's not cool.
It is on Caleb, the creature?
Yes.
Cool. Because I also, if I switched to my whip, I have a startling feature on it, so I could crack the whip and force adversaries within melee range to back to close range. Could I, like, crack the whip to get them to fuck off a little bit?
What does it take to switch your weapons?
That's what I would like to know.
One stress.
It's a stress?
It's one
Okay,
stress.
so mark a stress.
Cool. Okay. Then I will mark a stress, switch my weapons over to my whip. Okay, cool.
And then another stress to crack the whip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So, mark a stress. Cool.
So moves it back to close range, so it's going to go 1, 2.
Oh, it's entangled, though. I can't move.
Because it came back to my turn, I was going to use its action to remove the restraint. Because I can spend a fear to end the condition early, or I can use its action to end the condition. So it's going to do that. Actually, it's gonna roll for it. It's going for it. It's out of here. It is so hurt. Okay. Here is its turn.
Okay.
You can just let it run. It is heading for the hills. Literally and figuratively.
Does Cal seem stable?
I'm like so dead.
He's like face down.
But like, it's
Make a knowledge roll for me.
Okay.
Give me a fear,
Cocked.
baby.
Out of box.
Out of box doesn't count.
Okay. Or full new roll here. 9 with hope.
9 with hope. You don't know if he's stable or not. He is covered in blood and acid and everything else like that. But
Yeah.
if you get to mark a hope,
I am pouring this healing potion down his throat.
okay. Go ahead and roll for the healing potion. No agility roll required. Just the hit points.
2 hit points.
2 hit points.
Wow.
This thing is going to run off into the night and burrow under the ground as the hum of the hive starts to subside around you and the creak of the night comes back. That's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session. So, thanks everybody for watching. If you're out there, we appreciate you so much. And I guess don't die.
Don't die.
See you next week.
Drink the healing potion.
Drink the healing potion. So,